It's another year that we've done this.
It's another year that we've done this.
It's another year that
Episode
we've done this.
77.
77.
This is 77.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I gotta turn up.
How do you guys feel? What's the number
Because
of podcasts?
77, that 7 is my number, yo. I gotta turn up.
Oh, is
So it's
it?
double seven.
You fuck these niggas, yo.
Yeah. No, most definitely.
Yeah.
What's the number of podcasts they
Well,
say
at
that
11.
people usually quit after?
3.
No, it's a low number,
7.
but I don't think it's 3.
It's low, but
I
it's
don't think
high?
It's 7. I don't know if
Ask
it's like
AI,
10.
ask ChatGPT. What number of episodes do podcasts?
Let me tell you something. ChatGPT is a really good tool. I know that when it comes to music creation and different entities, like obviously, hold on, let me make sure these other mics
Make sure
are
it's
recording.
recording. Yeah.
No, it's recording. I just gotta make sure that these other mics are recording because they like to trick me, and I don't like that. Okay, mic 1, mic 2.
Yo,
3, Mike 4.
Just make
you
sure.
Might want to sit down for this.
he was right. It was 3.
It's 3.
See?
What? It's 3. Oh,
3 episodes. So
Most podcasters quit after the first 3 episodes.
see why you dissing
what's the
me,
number? Why is the 3? Why do you think 3 is that number?
Too much work.
Starting a podcast and not sticking to a schedule is how most podcasts fail.
Yeah. So
And then what percentage of podcasters quit? On average, it takes 2 years.
to quit?
No, wow. Chance of success and failure. On average, it takes 2 years and 100 episode released before podcasters see results. Unfortunately, 93.48% quit before reaching this point.
Of course.
See?
And I'm going to be honest with you. There's a lot of people on my Instagram I remember
That had podcasts.
Not only did they have podcasts, but and it wasn't right at
Had situations.
it wasn't right on the pandemic, but it was like a year or two removed. So they felt a little bit cool. They felt a little bit demure. They're like, you know what I'm saying? I've been sitting in my room for, the last 2 years and, the spirit has been upon me to, make a podcast. I want to connect with my friends and my community and give some valid, give some valid information. And they had such a spiel and it seemed so heartfelt and so upon the spirit moving on them, and then it's gone or it hasn't even started. I just think it's interesting because I think what happens is people get this FOMO, they get this. I see these people doing it. I see these people. I see these people. I see DJXP doing it. He makes it look so easy, with his friends, with his musician brother and his successful friends. And I just think all they do is just sit around and just talk a whole bunch of shit for an hour. So I can do that. But then when it comes down to it, they can't maintain it. So, hey, at the end of the day, you not continuing is in your power. You trying it out is also in your power. But I feel like I said before, this was one of the things that really wasn't even going to start. It was one of those things that was delayed a lot of times. And shout out, you Trivelle, because, we started it as me. And then, of course, you came on because, we had a lot of things to talk about. And, you helped that anchor be the thing that helped it continue through. And listen, one thing about these new media forms, whether it be streaming, podcasting, all these new media, you have to remain agile. You have to remain malleable so that you can adjust, because sometimes it's never going to be the thing exactly the way that you want it to be. But the key is to stay learning, see what the market is saying, see what your passion is, see what resonates with people, and build upon it, because it doesn't have to be exactly what you envision, but as long as you love doing what you're doing. And I'm a broadcasting student at the end of the day, which is something that sometimes people don't remember, so I do want to take this time to thank everybody who's been on the journey. We have a lot of I've learned a lot, and through any field of discipline, when you learn a lot and you kind of adjust, sky's the limit, because you realize that it might not be exactly the way that it is that you want it to be at this material time, but as long as you know that you can continue going, and there's things you can change and improve upon, then the sky's the limit. But a lot of people, which makes sense, because the 3 episodes, it's like, we had enough of this. especially, I don't want to put women on the pedestal, on the chopping block, but I know a lot of those podcasts are women because I've seen a lot of them. There's at least 10 women on my Instagram who were starting
podcasters.
who were starting podcasts, and a lot of them were cool ideas, and they just never ended up materializing. But hey,
I think that also comes from the Call Her Daddy thing, though, because Call Her Daddy, apparently her and that girl, the original iteration of it,
yeah,
they did like 2-3 episodes before the guy from Barstool, El Presidente, Dave Portnoy, found it and called
him daddy.
Called the girl and said, "Hey, are you guys really trying to do this?" She goes, "Yeah," and put money behind him and gave him a salary. He said, "Yeah, we'll come on in, we'll acquire the show." So it's interesting to think that people are quitting after 3, but there's people out there in the world where they put up 3 and it affected and changed the rest of their natural life.
Because sometimes when you come in, the context in which you come in is so important. Like timing is such an important factor in a lot of these undertakings, creative, whether it be creative, business wise, whatever. Like sometimes you end up succeeding because you provided a need in the market at a time where there was a lack, and sometimes if you do not fulfill that need, it's just because adjusting is needed and you gotta, feel the feel. But sometimes it happens all the way, just like in music. Like sometimes these people that drop right away and then their music goes. But then there's other people that, they drop and it doesn't hit yet because they're cultivating something and, they're building on something. But this episode, this 77, we were gonna kind of culminate things, right? We were gonna kind of speak about 2024. I mean, at the end of the day, 2024 is, by the time this comes out, we are it's over.
It's either over or about to be.
Yeah, because when's the New Year's? It's Wednesday, right?
Tuesday. By Tuesday, it's a new year.
Yeah.
Oh, so then yes.
So I mean, this has been, with no equivocation, it has been a hectic year. I'm sure just as people existing in life and going through things, but in terms of popular culture and business and presidentialities and just entertainment, like it has been quite
It's been one of those.
It's and a lot of people will either say, was it good or was it bad? It was just everything, and I don't think anything is inherently good or bad. I think there's just things that happen, and you kind of decide what it is. One of the things that kind of jump-started the year, one of the hallmarks or one of the markers, because, one of the things that end the years is usually the wrap-ups that these artists be doing. Uncle Murder and Mad Skills, and I think he came back again, actually, Mad Skills again, even though he said he was done. But Katt Williams...
We lie.
rappers
lie.
Rappers always lie. Katt Williams started the year. That was pretty early. What month was that? That was
January.
January.
It was definitely January. It was like the first podcast of the year. I can find out the exact day if you want.
Yeah. That was the podcast that kind of set the tone for the type of year that we were going to have. A very transparent,
January 3rd, by the way.
Oh my God. We were still out of the primordial ooze of 2023.
That. Anybody that drops first, second, or third of anything, I love. That means I'm not here for the games.
Because here's my question.
I'm not here for no games.
Here's my question.
January 3rd, he brought him up.
Like
when was it recorded? Because if it dropped January 3rd, was it done the day before? Was it done 2 days before? Was it?
No, he probably had it in tuck from, because wow. How long did he have that in the tuck?
That's my question.
But there was some topical stuff about it, because remember, he talked about his issue with Kevin Hart. No.
Yeah. Well, yes, but
did he say anything that required it to have been done? Because Shannon probably had it started December and just sat on it.
Probably was in December.
I would assume so.
It didn't sound outdated.
Right. Because anything
in December.
And then 2 weeks holiday season, people are kind of not doing that.
Not much would have happened after that.
Yeah.
So he's like, right away. January 3rd. I love that.
That is so insane when you think about it. Shout out Shannon. Shout out Katt Williams.
Shout out Katt Williams.
A very interesting comedian. That set the tone. He said a lot of people, a lot of deviants, a lot of people are going to be exposed. And they joke and say, like, he opened the portal.
Sure.
For all these different things to kind of start transpiring, and it pretty much just
Continue from there.
It just kept going. One of the big, stories, outside, well, not outside of music, but within music would be the Diddy fiasco and everything that encapsulates, because as I kind of just live and kind of experience different forms of media and mediums, people, it's not just music. Like they're attributing Diddy to the entire, not even just entertainment, actually.
No, anything. Almost
like
anything.
just life.
Yeah.
They're connecting him with presidents. Yeah. They're connecting him with artists. Yeah. They're connecting him with actors. Yeah. They're connecting him with activists. Yeah. They're connecting him with pastors. Yeah. They're connecting him with bastards. Yeah. They're connecting him with Casper. Like it's just everything. And I've never seen them attribute so many things to one man. Like
Portal. I
think Diddy was cool, right? I didn't know that you guys revered him that much to where he's connected to fucking farming and infrastructure. Like, give me a fucking break, man. Like he okay, listen, okay, I get it. He made I'll Be Missing You and he discovered Biggie, but he's not the way that these people are propping him up. I don't believe so. I don't think, like, they're making it like they'll be talking about these different political, things that are happening in these different countries, and they're like, yo, they were at the Diddy parties. Like,
well, I mean, to be fair, Diddy involved himself in a lot of political stuff, political conversations, commentary, rallying people to vote, and
okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you're rich, you want to be around people who can make things happen in law. No, is that not a thing?
But I just think it's I don't like that. Okay, maybe it's a colorist thing. I don't like that he's this black person. And by the way, disclaimer: I am not defending nor saying he didn't do all the things he's being accused of doing. So let's not.
I don't think the Diddy thing is any more than Harvey Weinstein, to be honest, or any more than Epstein. Definitely
Weinstein, Epstein, Diddy.
No, they said I read an article once, a real article, and I can't even say I don't believe it. I read a real article where somebody said that Epstein was an agent for the Mossad, and part of the reason he had all these cameras and stuff in his home was because he had been recruited by Israeli secret police to accumulate all these stories.
Right.
And I mean, you're talking about money. Epstein was clearly monetizing whatever he had on people. I think there's one guy who paid Epstein like $250 million for financial consulting.
My God.
Wait, he's a financial consultant like that?
No, but that's my point. Right? The assumption is that Epstein probably went to him and said, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I don't tell nobody if you pay me these consulting fees. The guy was
that's crazy.
Epstein was a legitimate blue-blooded billionaire, Yeah.
From what, though? Because I'm sure you've looked into it.
He was a finance guy. And banking guy.
Okay.
And banking guy is how he's purported to make his wealth. But the thing that you have to understand about people who quote unquote are billionaires, not billionaires, the thing that you're billionaires for is rarely what they made their money for.
Oh, okay.
Unless they come from one of the big block companies. The thing that you're billionaire for, it's usually not what they're known for.
Okay, let me put that to the test. Okay, so Bill Gates. What is, what? He's not his billionaire. His money probably doesn't come from Microsoft.
Well, no, he's a big tech company guy. That's different.
Yeah, but you know what? Thinking about how many things he does with the vaccines.
Because a guy like that, you look at the percentage he owned of Microsoft. You look at the share price. You put that together. A game that you'd really want to play. We're not going to do it now, but a game you'd really want to play. You'd want to look through your NBA owners, see where did those people make their money.
Yeah.
You definitely want to look through some of your NFL owners, not the family ones, the people who've run it for years, but like some of the guys who come in.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's like and it'll seem like the most innocuous thing, and then $15 billion. The one that always hits me is Shad Khan. Shad Khan is a billionaire. He owns the Jacksonville Jaguars. If you read it, it says he sold car parts.
Oh my God! What the? And
it's like a 3-liner, right?
Yeah.
And he automated the process and then sold it to them. $15 billion. So, the journey to wealth is a deep, deep, deep story. So And most of the billionaires, most of the real blue-blooded, man, you don't know them. They're not famous.
Well, that's
famous billionaires are the lightweight billionaires.
They're the early B's. They're the late M's, early B's.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Elon,
that makes sense.
Elon, the richest man, so he putting his foot out there a certain type of way. Yeah. But the vast majority of the people running B's, they're not in the public eye like that.
Them Saudi Arabian niggas, man.
Saudi Aramco, $8.7 trillion, I think, in total. You wouldn't know any of the executives on there.
At all.
Okay, I'll put it to you this way. BlackRock.
You know what's funny? I was gonna say that, but I was scared because
BlackRock has more money than I think it's like
a certain percentage of the countries.
A percentage of the countries of the world. Yeah,
Yes.
they could buy parts of the world and it would just become BlackRock. And there's this notorious thing that Larry Fink, the head of BlackRock, only submits just enough to Forbes to be at just $1 billion. Because they look at it and say, right? So he's like, oh, he literally just sends enough to be in the club. But we all, I feel like Donald Trump. We all know what's going on there.
But you know what?
Billions.
And
because how you run the company, you in charge of it.
You in charge,
but you just taking home one.
Yo, and you know, and
that part.
Just put me in the club.
Exactly.
That part.
And black people, and I hate to bring this up, you know, when it comes to the people that are on these lists,
even our richest black American billionaire, it's not the finance guy anymore.
Who's it? Is it the Weather Network nigga?
No, it's a guy who did it from down south. I think he did like mergers and acquisitions and stuff. I'll have to take a look at it, but yeah, most of them are famous. Most of them are just guys.
And that is by design. Like these people do not want to be known. They don't want to be seen. By the time you've heard of them, it's I don't want to say it, but like it's far too late if that makes any sense. It's like they've done what they've done and they are who they are, and there's nothing that can be said or done that can kind of remove them from that. But
just for context, guys, BlackRock is the world's largest asset manager.
Yep.
11.5 trillion in assets under management.
Shits, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're headquartered in New York Cities.
Oh.
They have 70 offices in 30 countries.
My God.
Yep.
And clients in over 100 countries.
They run the whole. They run the whole show. And
Larry Fink
is
net worth $1.2 billion.
He's like, yeah.
Oh yeah. Which
you know what's funny? His right.
You know what's funny? Because
1.2, but just to be in the club, yeah.
When these rappers and stuff that get put on these lists, when they read the number and they're like, "Yo, that's not even the real number," I always used to think about that.
Why are you telling us that?
Because they're not even thinking of the right way. Like if they're misreporting your number and your number is actually greater, you should be happy. But they're not thinking about that because everything is about who's better than who's making more money than who.
I like celebrities who say, I mean, that's what it says.
Yeah, there's been a couple. There's
like,
been yes.
The Rock said it the other day when they were talking. He's like, "Do you know that you're just a couple shy of $1 billion?" He's like, "Yeah, that's what it says." Okay,
I think Jay-Z
said that's pretty good.
Jay talks like that. Beyonce talks like that.
Yeah,
they've never. Cristiano Ronaldo talks like that. And he's so foreign, so I love it.
Yeah.
How much money do you have in your bank right now? A lot. A lot.
Yo,
and then I'll joke more than when I was a boy.
And you know what? God, guess what? That's all you need to know.
Oh man.
But yeah, of course, the financial aspect of things, ran the year in many ways. But we talked about the Diddy aspect of things, which is really intertwined into everything because he is somebody that everybody, at least in the music sphere, he's connected to everybody. His music is being sampled by everybody. His artists are being used by everybody in some capacity. He's financed he financed pieces of Twitter for Elon and things like that. One of the other things that we've talked at length about, of course, would be the Drake and Kendrick, of course, which is run the entire year. And the interesting thing that I was thinking about that is
still going.
The
story's still
and it's an ever revolving story.
Lingers.
And you know why that this is a generational conflict? Because back in the day when we did not have technology, we didn't have internet for all these beefs, a lot of the beats were extended because it just took time between
to drop records.
And
get it premiered by a DJ or radio station shows.
Yeah.
And people would wait for the album.
When the artist when he performs, is he going to drop that record? So they go to the show to see if that record's going to pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Summer Jam used to be a thing. People would go to Summer Jam to start talking trash.
Yeah, and reading the timelines of some of these beats between record 1 and record 2 was months. Mm-hmm. And I think because we're in such an immediacy society, we are so used to having everything right away, quick, back and forth. We dropping on Instagram, we dropping on we're used to, and not. I don't think this goes beyond music. It's just everything that we're consuming is in such a short window that we have this thing where we don't appreciate when things have time to let it cook. Like, we don't let things cook anymore. We want it just raw. WWE raw. We want it right away. We want it as soon as you can speak and react to it. So the thing about this Drake and Kendrick thing, this is like 7 months old, 7, 8, 9 months old. And the fact that it is still permeating, I know a lot of people talk about how they're sick of it, but that speaks to the fact that they really ran the music conversation for the entire year. Because everything, I think, Like That was the first song that kind of, lit the flame. And was that what? Was that March?
Bro. I mean, it lit the flame, but I remember when Drake dropped Push Ups. Remember when Academics had the leak at first? That weekend is when it started to really percolate. You remember that?
But yes, but Kendrick,
because everybody was waiting for Drake to come off tour. Remember he posted the thing with the pen and the trophy.
Yes,
bro, it was the lead up to it was actually incredible.
Everything about it was. Yeah. There's so many. We've harped on the negatives.
What am I the
yes.
Oh my days. So that's before even Drake.
Yes.
That might have even been 2023, late 2023.
It was
thinking about.
It was.
Someone check because
it was
right because it was the Future and Metro Booming album. We Don't Trust You. And
then Drake waited for the part 2 to drop to make sure there was nothing else on there, and then he let it go.
Yeah. Okay. So Like That it came out in March.
Of what? This year?
24.
Of 2024. But that's still first quarter though.
We Don't Trust You came out this year, both parts?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Future dropped 2
Talk about your album getting stepped on.
Actually, technically, Future
I
dropped
don't
3.
even remember that being real.
I know, because that took over the conversation. Because remember, the way that these guys drop their albums is there's no credited artist features on it, so it just says Metro Boomin Future, and then when Kendrick's voice erupted from it, it just kind of shifted the conversation in such a major way. But that's first quarter, so
first quarter,
and that was NBA time. Because remember, wasn't there a controversy of somebody singing the record? Was it LeBron and the line singing the Like That record?
Yeah, was it Like That or Not Like Us?
Or was it Steph Curry being like, "Yo, this song's everywhere"? No,
that was for Not Like Us.
Not for Not Like Us, but
was Not Like Us out in time to play for the NBA playoffs? Yeah, it was. That's June, right?
Yes.
I think it was around that time.
Wow.
So my point is,
a lot of songs came out this year,
bro. Yeah,
it's funny. It's funny that you say that because people would argue the opposite. But
they're fools.
I think we have to give. Look, I know that Kendrick and Drake will both have different.
May 4th, 2024. Not Like Us comes out.
There you go.
So, and then Like That comes out in March.
Yeah,
March
and
April,
almost the
May.
end of March.
Bro, only 3 months. They did it they ran a quarter.
Bro, they ran the whole year in terms of the parts of the year that matters. Like, I think we have to give them, like, I understand Drake he probably doesn't feel the greatest about this whole thing, and maybe Kendrick has some reservations, but they did something.
Push Ups is April 9th.
There you go. So yeah, because remember, Push Ups was his first official response after, quote unquote, being not available since Like That, like him being kind of silent. So I think we need to give.
23. When did Drake and Cole's song come out?
First person shooter.
Yeah, first person shooter is going to be
late 23. Not 22.
Wait.
Yeah, because it was on For All the Dogs. When did For All the Dogs come out?
Oh my God.
No.
When did For All the Dogs come out?
I don't know.
First person shooter was 2023.
Yeah. See.
So that is the thing that kind of.
That's what Time is doing.
That's what Time is doing.
It was
right now.
October.
See?
October.
Yeah,
So,
there you
For
go.
All the Dogs came out in October of 2023. Holy smokes!
and it was the highest selling album in comparison to all the West Coast albums when they compare.
So For All the Dogs comes out October 2023.
Yes.
Like That comes out March of 24. October, November, December. Then January, February, March, 6 months. Yeah, man, they did not waste no time.
Just a bunch of shooters.
First person shooters, right?
They did not waste no time.
But I think what my point is,
When did that conversation of Drake and
Oh,
Kendrick it happened?
the
Before,
alleged one,
before,
right?
Yeah, the alleged one of before first person shooter. That's the date that I would like to know.
because
I'm
it's
just curious
October.
what the- when was that date?
According to Wikipedia, which apparently according to Elon is
not
compromised, but they said that first person shooter was recorded October 5th, and then it was released on Halloween.
That close to it being made. So when did?
What do you mean? That's not close. What do you mean?
You
That's
said
one's at the beginning of the month and one's at the end.
The album dropped in October on October 6th. What you're saying can't be possible.
Yeah,
Okay, but this says that the song was recorded October 5th,
and then was it available October
released.
6th?
It was on the album, 100%.
Okay,
Yeah.
and the album was released
October
October.
6th.
So then what? Oh, are they talking about the video?
Maybe.
Okay, so I got.
Yeah, the first person shooter
when
video
did the
drops October 31st.
But when
my
did the
bad.
conversation happen?
Yes. Okay, so
to,
you're
to
saying
get on for Kendrick to say no. Whatever you guys, because that's what they say, right?
yes,
Because they claim that they asked Kendrick and Kendrick said nah.
Yeah, that's
said, "No,
because
we got
I
things
want
to
to know
talk
the
about."
truth, yo. I just want to know the fucking truth, man.
I can't believe we got as much music as we got and not even Kendrick dropped a line. That's why I ain't come on that record when you ask me on. Like, why
But
didn't
you know
go?
what?
I know.
But you know what? If we put our
So
minds,
is it real? Did he say no for yo? What if he's yo? That's just crazy to me.
Yo, what if they just
And what did
never
he
asked
say
him?
no? Yeah, what if they just never asked him?
Yo, what if this whole thing's a myth?
What if they thought they asked him? What if the message was sent to him?
No,
and
I've
he
never,
never got it?
never heard Cole or Drake say Kendrick was supposed to be on this record.
But a lot of industry people said that was they got on the phone and that was supposed to be a thing. First person shooter was supposed
But
to
then
be the
what
three of
happened
them.
between us getting on? You willing to get on the phone with me and say,
Oh
yeah,
no,
I'll
because
think
no wait,
about it.
Kendrick did allude to something right on one of those
Yes.
songs. He said
I like that record. Is
no
it-
something about how can something we have some things to address?
Well,
Like,
yes,
some-
yes,
like-
yes. On Euphoria, yes, he said basically was what I was saying before, which is how can we be doing this song if we have things to address first? Like, how can you ask me to
so
be
he
on this
did say
record?
no.
So he did say no. That is him saying that he said no.
It is.
That
It
is-
is.
So now my question is, when did that happen? I just want to know.
It must have been late in the process because for them to record it the day before the album has to drop, it means they're waiting for the verse, I think.
Do you think they
They
already,
were waiting for the verse, and then they got the no.
Then they changed
then
something.
things were
No, but
changed.
did they get the no or did he just not hit the deadline?
I'm gonna say that they got the no. in
Didn't For
some
All
way.
the Dogs get pushed back a little bit?
Many
Oh my
times.
god!
Oh my God, this is
No, this is not why.
Wait,
why not?
every album gets delayed because
But
of
his got
one
delayed
song.
a lot. Remember, he even wrote a whole memo about it. Be like, yeah, we're just trying to make this the best it could possibly be.
Yeah,
But maybe
getting
that
a
was
Kendrick
one of the
verse with-
reasons
For all,
With
for all got
Cole.
pushed like a month, bro, if not more.
I didn't. I can't remember that part. I just remember it did get pushed. But
I still believe that.
You
I
would be
still
waiting
believe
for a
that's the
verse.
reason.
Most artists, they're always like, "You're going to push the album," but they're waiting for a verse or a conversation or something
or
to get
sample
cleared.
clearance. Yeah.
What if it was, oh, now we're going to re-record some parts? Because
Yes.
why did Cole say the Spider-Man meme is me looking at Drake? That's not the
very
Spider-Man
specific.
meme. The Spider-Man meme is three guys.
It is.
But there is another Spider-Man meme with only two. But
that's not the one that we would
that's
all
not-
be talking
no,
about.
it's the
So
three.
therefore-
the three is more entertaining.
He said no.
Yeah, he said no
Or-
in a way.
Yeah, in a way. Or
The no was
we didn't like the
conveyed.
energy. We didn't like the energy.
There you go. And
The
that's-
energy
and
just seemed
off.
Nah,
Your energy,
we're not
yeah.
doing this.
But
But why leave the Spider-Man meme line in there if you know?
To let you know that to remind you that you know it was supposed to be us three.
yeah,
Like that's for him. Like
Because
Yes.
it's nothing for J. Cole. I'm sure there was a line that was like K. Aubrey and me. Like I'm sure there was a
well,
line.
he did say that.
He said that, right?
Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah, 'cause
that's
this-
why it's funny.
So
he said
changing it
that
to me looking at Drake.
Yeah, after
he had
saying
the line
the-
in the tuck.
yes,
the three of us, and then you go to just me looking at Drake. That's weird.
yeah.
It's around the same lines. Mm-hmm. That's a change.
And remember-
I don't care what anyone tells me. That's a change.
Yes, They're
He's
hanging
not
out
saying
with
that
each other.
while Kendrick's on the song. That doesn't
Okay,
make any sense.
sliding doors, peaceful moment.
Yeah.
In a world where Kendrick is on First Person Shooter.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Is that the biggest song in the history of hip hop? Numbers wise, does that do the type of numbers?
Oh, numbers wise.
Yeah.
Wait, biggest song ever in hip hop?
Numbers wise. In the modern era. I mean, nobody's doing what guys were doing.
It'll be crazy, but
Would it have carried? How long would it have carried the day? First person shooter lived literally until like that because people, you know what I'm saying? Because people when they heard like that, like damn.
It would.
That's so good question.
It would. So there's no like that record. Like he's not on the like that record.
Well, he's probably on it, but he's just not talking that way. Because he would have been cool. He would have been cool with them. Whatever issue there was.
I don't know if that record goes as crazy if he's not talking about Drake on that record.
I agree.
Oh, and like that?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, because what else would he be saying
It'll just be
that
like
was
a dope.
so
That'd be like
it'd just be him bopping.
like a surprise Kendrick feature?
It wouldn't have been what it was.
But
though.
it's not a surprise. But why is it a surprise? He's
Because
done
it
a record
wasn't
with
credited.
Future.
It wasn't
No,
listed.
it wasn't listed.
You were running through the tracks and you just heard people.
Yeah, yeah.
He just popped out of nowhere, like the pop up.
That would be a big. That would be a great. You know what? Them performing together would probably make that like the craziest thing ever.
Just
More than the song, like them all three together at the same time. Like that's like if we actually. That's like the U.S. team. It's like if LeBron, KD, and Steph Curry actually play together.
So take it in. So October of 2023, or October 6th, 2023.
yes, the album comes out.
Up to October 5th, there was a chance that we could have lived in a world where J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and Drake were on stage together. Up to the 5th.
Yeah.
By the
Yeah,
5th,
up to
they
the
punch
fifth,
it, right?
Yeah.
We're now sitting here in December of 2024. So a year and a month later, the three of them will probably never share a stage at all.
Yeah,
Ever.
all three of them.
Wait, and then Drake went on the stage with Cole, did a tour with him after this.
Yeah, but that's done now.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. No, I know,
And
but I'm
that's
just saying.
done.
So we even saw that. So
Yeah.
imagine
It would have been
it was the three.
Oh, man. Yeah, hey, that would have been.
We got robbed.
Not to
We
do
got
it. Hey,
robbed.
SZA, I feel you, but that would have been the stadium tour.
Oh my God, they would have. You want to talk about how
A J. Cole, Drake,
You want to
Kendrick
talk about
stadium tour?
hip hop is going down? If the three of them said on
J.
our
Cole,
back,
Drake,
and they go worldwide with that.
Lamar World Stadium.
Do you know what would have happened? Do y'all know what would have happened? Would y'all know what would happen to the
Would have
music
been the
industry?
largest tour in the history of hip hop. Now,
100%. Fucking 100%.
what we got after was the largest tour in the history of hip hop with Drake, and Kendrick now just booked his stadium tours to say "Hold my beer."
That's going to be interesting.
with
Now, granted, I don't want to say that Drake can't have done stadiums because Drake has sold out
Who would say that? Only
venues
fools
that he's
say
done.
That. Only fools say that.
like 4 nights in a row, 6 nights in a row.
Only
Yeah.
fool- only fools
you
say
could have
that.
cut that in half and done.
If I could talk to Drizzy, that my only, just for my curiosity's sake, is just to ask why he hasn't.
Probably cost. You,
But
you
why-
pay more.
but
the,
yeah.
the rights to get to a stadium. He probably just didn't want to cut his money down.
Why he didn't do it once in Toronto. I just
at the Rogers Center.
because he
There
said
was a
something.
year
he's-
after OVO Fest. He goes, next year we at the Rogers Center, baby. And then
he
we
said
never
that?
went. He did.
That's my point.
And then we never went.
Was that
that's my
2019
point.
before COVID?
That's
No,
my
it's even
point.
before 20.
Okay.
That's my point.
Okay.
Right there.
It's like take care times. 'Cause I was there. I heard him say
That's my point.
Okay.
T, that's my point. And then the person that you're beefing with is gonna go do that before you. That's my issue. That's my issue. Like he could have done any show there. He could have he did Toronto 5 dates, 6 dates, all this shit. He could have just took for Toronto, he could have did one there. At least and just bring everybody in one time. Because you brought it up. That's because he brought it up. He said it.
Have we done an OVO Fest in a while? No, right? Not since COVID?
absolutely
No,
not.
it's been gone for a long time now.
Yeah, that's.
But he could have done his own show easily. And I don't like when people, just because he didn't do the tour means he can't do the tour. He could do stadium tours, guys. Now remember, hip hop, you have to pair up with somebody. A lot of shows you got to pair up with somebody. Let's not. I mean, Weeknd did some stadium tours, but people want to forget that Doja Cat was one of the openers. Okay,
Yeah, Doja Cat.
Cat.
And a
Yeah,
couple
but-
other people too.
I'm just
stood
saying.
by this, and I keep saying it, and I only say this because I think he had booked him once for OVO Fest, and then he couldn't come. Or I just think he would have the plug to do this. I really think Drake and Frank Ocean stadium tour, no problem.
I just don't know if that's the pairing.
The problem, the thing that should have happened, it should have been Drake and Weeknd stadium tour. That's what should have happened. Let's be
that
honest.
is
If we're talking about
100%
if we're
factoid.
talking about
They
this,
started
if we're
beefing again a couple
I
years
know
ago.
that's what I'm saying. If we're talking about this, if you're talking
They
about the
pieced it up and then started beefing again.
If you're talking about and that beef was like more of the quiet one that after they got everything was cool.
The Cold War type of
Yeah,
thing.
that was a cold.
No,
Yeah,
no.
Yes,
wasn't
it was.
cold. Scorpion
It
was
started-
not cold. When he's talking about finesse and thing,
I know, but
I heard finesse, and
people-
it's probably
people
not
were-
about the weekend, but I was like, oh damn.
When Scorpion
This is
came
about
out, that's when
Friday,
people
Saturday.
started realizing.
baby.
People were asking the question.
Talking to the girls I need, fam.
People were asking the question. Wait, when did they start beefing again? That's why that happened. That was like,
Facts.
wait, what?
Facts. Whatever happened
yeah.
behind the scenes to bring the beef
to bring it
back,
We're like,
was
wait,
very
what?
private and quiet.
But in terms of Toronto music, Canadian music, the world, whatever, the big
Weekend and
Drake
Drake
and
hitting the scene,
Weekend
yeah.
Stadium. Clean up.
That's
easy
clean
40
up,
nights.
clean up,
Easy
clean
40
up,
nights,
clean
40
up, clean up,
nights.
clean up.
And they'd
That's a
be
clean
in
up.
Europe doing Wembley.
Yeah, you're clean. They're clean.
Bro,
Back to back to back.
You're
to
talking
back to
hip hop,
back.
R&B, the Canadian, that whole Canadian, that shit is over with. They'll be like, yeah, they're running shit. Look,
Do you
that's what I'm
understand?
saying. The Cold War and what Civil War is just not good, bro. It's not good.
yeah, but to them it's like I'm up.
I know, but it's,
Yes.
I know, but okay, fine. Well,
If you're Drake,
then let everywhere else unite. Then fuck it.
And that's the thing. And when you
Fuck it.
are the people, like it's like you're
So glad
asking,
I'm Nigerian. You see how the Nigerians they unite.
I feel like there's Nigerian beef.
No, there's
what
always
was that?
gonna be a beef.
Tems, Aria, and
Look at him. Look at him.
Tyla.
Whatever.
Okay, listen. No, we gonna get there.
We're gonna get there.
But let me say something. let me say something before we close on that.
Woo!
Hey.
Before we
Jesus.
close on that, I just want to say
Jesus.
this.
All flavors.
bro, I'm not even a
flavors.
guy who's on Instagram for that type of thing, you know.
Yo, I never.
Brother, I came across my talent. I paused for a moment. I said, "Yo,
They really
what
ran.
party was this?"
They really ran IG
Obi's house.
and yeah, Obi's house.
Nigeria.
They really ran social media.
That was in Nigeria.
yeah, that's in Nigeria. Everybody's over there.
So
That was in
Texas-
Nigeria.
Yeah.
That party right there was in Nigeria.
That's in
so
Nigeria.
give him the rundown.
No, I can't. I guess.
The run. Okay, I'll give you the rundown.
Okay,
The rundown
it
is
just
every
hurts.
year there's something in Nigeria called
Detty December.
Detty December, where all the artists, all the Nigerian artists, all the American artists, anybody who's
Entertainment
anybody,
industry. Yeah.
they converge in Nigeria, specifically
Yes.
Lagos. Even though they always ask, why aren't you guys doing it in Abuja? Like there's this whole
Well, there was a
thing because-
festival. There was a festival in Abuja.
Yes, but they're asking
Shout out
why are
Odumodu
you
Block
doing it
and
because they're
Native.
saying it's better in Abuja. But anyway, so everybody kind of converges on there, and it's kind of this thing. They also do it in Ghana as well. Apparently, Ghana started it, so there's this whole diaspora wars about it. So we were talking about something really cool and dope.
Detty December.
Detty December with Ayra Starr, Tems, and Tyla.
Oh my god.
Yo.
All flavors. Sorry.
All flavors. And
Respectfully.
let me say this.
Respectfully, y'all are bad.
As a procurer of music and DJing, between those three, that is like 60, 70% of my Afrobeats playlist. Like they are carrying the thing. And you know, there's been this kind of narrative that's kind of been going around about downplaying Tyla because they're saying she's not black and they're trying to like separate her from the black experience. I
That doesn't
don't
happen
give a
over here.
flying fuck. Look, listen to me. I don't give a flying fuck what you guys are saying because we are going to support Africa and African artists doing their thing and presenting to the world. She has bigged up Afrobeat. She has bigged up Nigeria. I don't care whether you think she's this or that. And
But what does that have to do with anything?
everything.
No, but that's how dumb
Everything.
people are. Like, what does it have to do with anything? She's African.
And Joe Biden,
just
fuck
for-
you. Stop talking about her.
He doesn't
You do
talk
not-
about her anymore. That was
well,
like
he was, and I don't like it because you don't understand the culture. And we are from Nigeria, and I don't like when these people who are strictly American talk about these things that they have
But you
no
could tell.
idea
You could tell
about.
that. But that's why I give a little bit of grace because they don't understand it. So when you don't understand it, and because Afrobeat
Then you know what
and
you should do?
Nigerian is just such a popular thing,
You know what you should do?
everybody wants to say something.
Keep quiet.
You have to learn.
You should keep.
You have to learn from
Keep
people.
quiet
You have to learn.
because I'm not gonna let
Tyler's the one. Tems is the one.
Ira's the one,
Starr.
and they're doing such like there's crossover between what they do. Like, but besides the looks of them looking fantastic and amazing and beautiful, and just the crossover, like they all each individually do something different, and then there is crossover between them, and
Oh, they cross over. Yeah, they cross over.
And you know what?
They cross over very easily.
I will say this: we are getting something from them
Obviously.
that we don't get. We just literally spent 40 minutes talking about that Drake, Kendrick, and Cole. We can't get them to sit down and be together. Then in the Afrobeat space, we cannot get Davido, Burna Boy, and Wizkid to sit down all three together. You get Davido kissing Burna Boy's mom, hugging each other, like, hey, Auntie, how you doing? But they don't like each other. But we have three of the top women hugging dancing, drinking. Tyla wasn't drinking. Maybe she's pregnant. I don't know. Or maybe she doesn't want to drink. Whatever. Fake drinking.
She took a shot.
She took no, but if you look,
Did she not take the shot?
No. Okay.
I don't know. I didn't.
Do you have you been out with girls where
You have?
the shots are going and someone pretends to take the oh, you know what? Maybe you haven't.
No,
because they're always ready because they just want to they want to dive. They want to dive in alcohol. They want to swim in it. They want to just submerge.
First of all, don't group me in. Honestly, all the women I've ever been around,
they want to drink it out. They want to guzzle it. You know what I'm saying?
No, they didn't want to drink. They didn't drink. I've never seen somebody fake a shot though. They just say, "Yo, no, I'm not doing that."
Were you with a Grammy Award winning, multi-million selling artist? Like, no, look at him gonna think because he's gonna think and he's gonna try to flex it. Fuck you, but you know what I mean. My point is that she wasn't going to.
Some of the parties have been all right.
Yes, but my point is she didn't want to be one of those people that sullied the runs. You know those people that sullied the runs that brought the party down because like, oh, I don't drink. No, she's like, no, I'm gonna do the thing for the camera.
I'm drinking,
and I'll look
did she drink it or not? I feel like did she drink it or not? Did she toss it?
No, she pretended to drink. Okay. At least for one of them. Maybe she and you see, I like people that are self-aware of themselves. Maybe she was so lit. She's like, you know what? I don't need another fucking drink. So I'm going to fucking pretend to take a shot. And I respect that more than you being belligerently drunk.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
To keep myself, on the page.
On the page, cognizant of what's going on. You don't want to be too lit. Absolutely. And let's be honest. This is Tyla from South Africa who's in Nigeria with the wolves, man. Like, you don't want to be too. I don't care how much security you got. I don't care.
Just off camera, there was a couple guys I was going to take care of it, no problem. Couple security guards, a couple employed people.
Nah, I don't care. You got to still. You want to be well. Now with Tems and Ayra, it's different because this is their country. This is their country now. This is their people. This is their town. They're in OB's house. Like everything is different. But when you're Tyla, you're in a foreign land, even though it's still a known land.
Tyla to break, she been over there before and done bits.
Yes,
easy.
But you still have to be. You still got to get your faculties right. But anyway,
like I'll go to Montreal and get drunk.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, but tu parles le français, so that's.
I've been over there now. There comes a period of time where you've been over there now.
Yeah. But I also just want to take the time to shout out those three because musically they have been really putting boots to ass. They've been dropping all kinds of records. They've been breaking records. They've been keeping.
They drop albums.
Let me tell you,
I appreciate people that drop albums. I actually put out a project.
All three of them drop albums.
Yeah, all three of them drop albums.
Tyla at the end of the last year.
All of them did their own tour. All three of them drop albums.
What do you call it? Born to be Wild. Is that Tems' album?
I thought is that what the new one's called?
Yeah, I believe. Okay. Yeah, something to that effect. I don't want to disrespect. So
I went to her show. She was phenomenal.
Wait. You went to whose show?
Tems when she was here at
Say Word
at where she was at History, I think it was.
History. Okay, shout out Drake.
History.
Yes, Born in the Wild.
Yeah, Born in the Wild.
So Tems dropped Born in the Wild. Then Tyla dropped the Tyla album, and then the deluxe, or what have you. And then Ayra dropped The Year I Turned 21. So they're all doing dope shit. They're looking great. They're sounding great. They're promoting
the
features,
culture. They're out there.
And like I said, they all do something individually great, and then there's like crossover. So I want to give them their flowers. They really carried for that sound for 2024. They carried. And Naja, no, they carried last. So but in the spirit of that, a lot of music dropped in 2024. I mean, contrary to popular belief, but
who's this?
The popular belief is that music isn't dropping and no one is dropping. But in fact,
and when they say that, who didn't drop? That they're like,
it's just people that they want to drop, they didn't drop because that's what it is. Because
well, if you're waiting for
Cowboy Carter came out this year, right?
If you're waiting for
Playboy Cardi,
all the biggest names dropped. Beyonce dropped.
But Drake dropped. But Drake didn't drop.
He might as well have.
But Drake
dropped at the end of last year.
But Drake dropped because his album sold the most this year.
And when did he re-release the deluxe? That was this year.
No. Was it?
He re-released the deluxe last year.
The
album came out in October.
The six songs?
The extras, they came out this year.
I think it still was.
He did that all last year?
He might have done it like right away.
I think so.
After he heard the chatter.
Wow.
I think he did, yo. I gotta double check
But
that one.
But still,
But
nonetheless,
go ahead. But either way,
No Face was out. Even after the battle, the guy dropped other. He dropped 100 gigs this year.
He dropped 100
Drake,
gigs, which is
I
3
consider
songs.
that a drop. Drake dropped this year.
He dropped, but not.
He dropped a mini documentary.
Yes.
yeah, November 17th, he dropped
yours?
the extras.
The extras. So yeah. So okay.
Yeah, who didn't drop that? They're like, music's not dropping. Jay-Z, that's the only one.
Spotify tells us that there's like, I don't remember what's the number of people that drop every day on Spotify. Is it 100,000? It's a stupid number that makes you go, this is insane that these many people
a lot of
are even
albums dropped
dropping
this year. I don't want to hear no more talks on this shit.
With that being said,
It's like enough.
in the rap, let's do this way. In the rap realm,
Glorilla dropped this year. Yo, that Glow album, Glow album had some records.
Okay.
Glow-
So let's talk about it. So
Glow drop.
in the rap,
Doechii drop.
Okay, in the rap realm, what are the albums that you guys feel that you like? Okay, this is dope. Let's start with rap.
Freddie Gibbs dropped.
So Freddie Gibbs.
That's one of
You
the best
got
albums.
Glorilla.
That's one of the best rap albums of the year.
You got Doechii. Who else caught your guys' attention in the
Benny
rap realm?
dropped.
Benny the Butcher.
That was fire album too. Obviously, you said Creator. Said
No, I didn't
Tyler,
say-
the Creator
I didn't say-
dropped.
Yeah,
Tyler the Creator dropped. Album of the year.
Yep. That's it. Yeah.
Kendrick dropped, too.
Kendrick dropped. After all of that, he dropped.
Kendrick
the
dropped.
GNX, yeah.
Schoolboy dropped.
Schoolboy dropped. Yes.
Schoolboy did drop.
Yes, he did. But it's the context of things. Yeah, there was quite a bit of
A lot of rappers dropped, man. Cole dropped.
Cole dropped, but not his.
Yeah, he did.
not his
I might
magnum
delete later.
opus.
I might delete the later album came this year.
That was this.
Yeah.
That was this year after Like That.
LL Cool J dropped an
LL Cool
album.
J showed
Ice
you
Cube dropped
what-
the
yeah.
album.
This is a big year for music. A lot of music came out this year.
Ooh,
And
like,
that
what we
is
talking
what
about?
I
Common
want.
dropped again. He be on Silo, one of the greatest shows I've seen on TV, and then he dropped an album with P-Rock. Enough. A lot of people drop albums this year. Enough.
And what we talked about is that the context in which people drop from before and now is just different. So
Didn't
you
Ice
just have
Spice
to-
drop this year too?
Yeah, well, yeah, and then she just
Tory
dropped.
Lanez
She just
dropped.
dropped again.
Tory Lanez did drop.
His album, not an album.
No, but he dropped
had some records
music.
from prison.
Yeah, but I'm
That
more
was
so
a tape.
talking
I'm just
about-
saying.
And he's doing features.
So when people say
Yeah.
it was music, I'm just very confused of what artists are they speaking of.
Yeah, it's
maybe Cardi.
Who?
Cardi B,
Cardi B.
That's the it'll be Cardi B,
but she hasn't dropped since 2017.
Cardi
so that's,
B,
is that fair?
Jay Z.
crazy to think about.
Because didn't Megan drop
Megan
this
dropped,
year?
yes,
Like,
she
what
did,
are we
and she
talking
had that
about?
"I'm from Texas."
Lotto
record.
dropped this year.
Lotto dropped, which is a good album too.
And that was a good album.
SZA dropped.
SZA
Oh, we're
just
talking
dropped-
about hip hop.
But I mean,
I'm
there's
just saying
crossover.
these big names dropped. Like so.
So we mentioned some hip hop joints. Okay, so then in the R&B, we got SZA.
Yeah.
Summer didn't drop yet. There was
But
a lot of
but she
smaller.
She dropped a new record though.
Yeah,
I feel
there's
like I've heard a
smaller
lot of
artists.
great smaller.
Didn't
acts
Usher drop
this
this year too?
Oh fuck! What's the mutton? Yeah, Usher dropped his. Yeah, coming home with the Atlanta with the peach. Leon Thomas
dropped.
dropped. Yeah.
I'm a mutt. Yeah, Usher did drop this year.
And then, yeah,
we
yeah.
said you mentioned Future dropped 3 projects this year. 3. So we're gonna pretend to talk all we want to talk about other those things. Future dropped 3
did.
projects this year. Enough.
He most definitely did.
I don't want to hear.
So what? Okay, so
who
okay.
are they talking about?
And then of course
The
you know,
Weeknd. He's dropping in the beginning of January. So
Yeah, and then we talk about Afrobeats and things like that. So okay, so what albums? 2 albums that dropped from each of you that you're like, yeah, no, this is cold because we mentioned a bunch. What are 2? Just 2 so that we can stamp it and put your faces to it so people go.
Let me go on my Spotify.
O'Shawn and Trivelle said. Just 2 albums because I don't want it. Because if I say too many, you might be like,
No, I'm gonna go on my Spotify.
Energy is everything by EverythingOShauN.
Bro, okay. Off No Hype. What's the number one thing pinned? Off No Hype.
I want to hear what it is.
Off No Hype.
I want you to hear what.
Say it. What was it?
Energy is everything.
I swear down. I was about to, bro, and you already know how I feel. There's a record on there I thought you could, and I like it, bro.
Yes.
I like it, bro.
He's right.
Yes.
So, bro, I'm not even lying. Energy is everything. Is how bro, it's not even for the plus. Yo, that's not even for the plug, bro. It's just that's just really what it is.
I appreciate that still.
And honestly, I'm at a phase in my life. I actually, do I say this? Like, I still listen to hip hop, but maybe on a more tertiary level.
Yeah, that's okay.
I
But
catch
wait,
myself-
did he say? But he said album general, so it
He
could
said
be
albums in general.
2 albums. It could be R&B. It could be anything.
Albums in general.
mean,
Yeah.
come on, it could be that play. It could be that.
Nah,
Cowboy-
I
could be
know
that Cowboy
who I'm
Carter.
gonna say. No, it wasn't even the Cowboy Carter. The thing that dropped for me, and I was like, yeah. You
Kirk
guys gonna
Franklin?
think it's weird? No,
Oh, I have mine, but wait.
What, Sabrina Carpenter?
Yes,
no.
that's one of mine. So,
Elderbrook dropped this year. He's a house DJ I like, and he dropped an album this year that I like.
Okay, so
Yeah?
there you go. Yeah,
It's
Elderbrook.
a small EP.
okay. Oh, it was an EP.
Yeah,
Yo, he looks like
Where's he from?
Elderbrook is from.
he looks
where
like
is Elderbrook
somebody,
from?
and I'm
This
trying to
one-
figure out. who he looks
another
like.
touch. Why does he look like Ivan?
Yeah, I was trying to see who he looks
True,
like.
he looks like Ivan.
You think it looks like Ivan for real?
Yo, we drop good song. We got drop good records.
Oh my
We
god!
drop on your head tops.
Elderbrook dropped this year, and I like his bro. I'm telling you, I'll play you
I'ma
some
check
of his
it
stuff.
out.
I like
Okay.
Elderbrook.
I love the label name, Mind Recordings. Yo, these are the mine.
These
These are not yours. These are the mine.
These are mine, and I'm recording them.
Mine. Okay, so I'm gonna check. Listen, and that's why we do this so that you can check out other people's.
Ants Live dropped this year. That's my guy from the UK. Live.
Okay. Who is it?
Ants Live.
Ants Live. Okay, and what genre is that?
That's hip hop.
Okay, that's hip hop. Okay,
Yeah.
I got it. Okay, it's a real life thing, right?
It's a real life.
Okay, with the
yeah.
stretch.
Ants.
Okay, no, that's dope.
Shout out to Ants who dropped this year. I like it. He has a record there called Richer.
Okay,
Yeah,
richer
Richer.
with my niggas.
I'm still the same, just a little bit richer.
See, but I didn't even hear the song, and that sounded similar to what I just did.
I'm still the same, just a little bit richer.
Just
a little bit richer,
Yeah.
So flex with my niggas.
Hey.
All right. Okay.
Live.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. I'm gonna say, listen,
Didn't Gunna drop this year too?
he gonna drop. The thing about Gunna's gonna drop.
And that was a good album too, to me.
Which one was that? The one after.
All of
Fuck
them.
you mean no?
Yeah, Ants
no.
dropped real life this year for real. Yeah, so Ants dropped this year. Okay, so yeah, those are my two.
Okay, it's
Those are my three.
101.
Didn't
dropped this
Kanye
year.
drop his thing this year too? The part two with
Yeah.
So Energy is everything. I have Ants
Ants,
dropping
and, the
with his
DJ,
album, and then I have
the
Elderbrook.
DJ. Okay, Elderbrook. Okay,
Yeah.
So you gave us a little tree piece. Okay.
Energy is everything, real life, and then another touch.
Okay, that's dope. I'm gonna say this because I'm a big proponent of the underdog story. I'm gonna say the Sabrina Carpenter album and the Glorilla album, and I'll tell you the reason why.
Yeah, that glow.
Let me say this for
Yeah,
everybody
bro.
to hear me, and hear me clearly.
Heary.
When Glorilla dropped
Heary.
that song,
Which one?
with 5 Foreign, that was like such a bad record in terms of the public perception of it. It was a drill beat. She didn't ride the beat properly. People literally were writing her off. Like they're like, "Yo, this girl is done." Like they were ready to get her out of here. And I saw it.
And we remember it.
I saw it. So this is not one of those things that we're gonna sweep under the rug. They said this girl is done. She did her little the FNF fuck nigga free and on all those other records are like, yo,
What
fuck
you
this
know
girl.
about me?
But you see,
Glow.
so let me say
Wipe it
this
down.
because a lot of people, right? A lot of people when they get faced with adversity, they go inward and they turn into a shell of themselves and they are not able to continue because they let the public pressure, the public negativity get to them and then they're not able to go forward. But she doubled down, went in the studio and shout out Yo Gotti because that's his label and Yo Gotti gets mentorship from Jay-Z. So obviously something that they were taught let her get into a better position and come with hit after hit. Yeah, Glow. Hold on. What you know about me with Sexy Red? I'm sampling. I'm wiping me down.
Which is one of the hardest drop hits.
Heavy.
The song with T-Pain.
Oh yeah.
And
You don't deserve my friend.
yo, and
For
here's
God's sake, she did a song with Kirk Franklin. For God's sakes.
and she did the gospel because her name is glorious and that's what the name of her album is.
that.
With not only with Kirk Franklin but with Maverick City.
Maverick
like
City,
yo, let me tell you this.
She said, "Make an album like how people used to do before."
We can tell when you
Care.
not only that you care, but when you okay, let's just be honest. Like Sexy Red is dope, Glorilla is dope. But when you look and listen to Glorilla's music versus Sexy Red's music, you can feel a curation happening with Glorilla's music that maybe potentially isn't happening with Sexy Red.
She doesn't have an album though, right? Really?
No. She.
I mean, that's a project.
Sexy did drop an album.
Is that an album or is that like a?
No. It's an album. But here's it's a project. But here's and I'm not taking away from her either. In Sexy We Trust, which came out this year with the Drake record.
See, look at that. Another album that dropped this year.
Yes. So what I want to say is this. We cannot dispel or make light of the women, and I know this is going to sound so sexist, and this is not to do that, but we cannot play lightly to the women that have men and cliques and groups on their side when they're making music, because there is a difference. There is a big difference, and if you want proof, look at Sexy Red.
It's in the pudding.
And then look at Glorilla, who has the Yo Gotti's label. What's Yo Gotti's label? CMG, right? And you go, okay, well, whatever. Maybe it's. Then you look at Nicki Minaj, who had Young Money, Cash Money.
Who's Lotto with?
Who?
Lotto is, I think, but
I feel like Lotto doing okay.
Wait, didn't Nicki drop? I think this year too.
No, I think it was later. I think it was. I think it was later, but. Well, okay, with Lotto, you want to, but here's the thing, because with Lotto, who also dropped this year, she collaborates and is with these Atlanta people, so she's been ingratiated in that Atlanta culture. Okay. Sexy Red doesn't necessarily have that. Nicki Minaj had Young Money, Cash Money, so she had Drake, she had Lil Wayne, she had all of that. Mm-hmm. Then you have someone like Doja Cat, who doesn't really have, who's great and dope and is successful, but she doesn't have the male posse around her. So I think because guys, I understand how this sounds. It sounds bad. But when it comes to hip hop, when you have
I don't like what you're about to say.
When you have the male guys that are around you that have done it, and then you can kind of,
you're talking about mentorship and guidance.
I mean, mentorship and guidance, or just niggas telling you that's good, that's dope, and
I
that's
don't want to
not.
make that a gender thing. I just want to generally say mentorship.
No, but it is a gender thing. It is a gender thing, because hip hop is predominantly started off as a gender thing. It started off as male, and then as time went on, women got their say. But it took a while. Listen, we just dropped a clip saying that hip hop, we don't respect, that women are not respected. So let's not. We have to sometimes. We are not the ones setting the standards, but we're gonna recognize the things that exist. So my point is that when you have those men to kind of rally off of and piggyback off of and throw and bounce ideas off of, things end up coming out differently. With Jay-Z, with Foxy Brown, with Biggie and Lil' Kim. Like there's a certain, there's some anomalies like the Brat, but hey, she worked with JD, right? But she's also a writer. she's also an alien. Missy Elliott, but then you have Timbaland, right?
Digger, Busta Rhymes.
So there is always this.
But what Eve? Oh, because she's with a whole.
She's with a whole rough. It's all niggas. So I'm saying I feel like for that, because it's a man's world.
Who's Ice Spice with?
Who's Cardi with?
Yeah, well, there you go. Megan. Who's Ice Spice with? Which is with the UMG's son.
Okay.
What's his name?
Cardi.
Yeah, Cardi. Who's Cardi with?
Megan. Okay, Megan. But he was talking about like a conglomerate.
Megan Stallion is what, QC, right?
Well, no. Megan. No, we're Rock Nation.
She's Rock Nation.
Technically, right?
Who was Megan signed with at first?
She was signed with that baseball player, that Spanish black baseball player. What's his name? And then he ended up suing her.
Sammy Sosa.
Oh my fucking God! Thank you. He was suing her. She was suing her and shit or whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
But my
something Sosa. No?
Oh my God, Mr. Gonzalez. No, but the point is,
he really bleached himself, right? Badly.
Yeah, well, that's neither here nor there. But
why do people want to be black? Like they're like the black people. All right.
You know what?
Go ahead.
You know what?
Juno.
Okay, so let's move on. So we've talked about some music.
Yep. I love Rema's album. Look fucking crazy.
Yeah. Yes.
I love Rema's album.
Dope ass album. He just dropped a video for some. For Ozemba.
Carl Crawford.
Thank
Carl
you.
Crawford. Yeah, I knew it was something related to that.
Carl Crawford.
You knew it was something related to what?
Sammy Sosa.
Got it. But anyway, my whole point about that is I feel like
1501.
1501, yes, that's the label. Okay, so my
504
only
boys.
point is that I feel like when you're coming into a male-dominated sport like hip-hop, you need men to kind of indicate or tell you and show you the things that they learned and what they kind of, because there's a lot of secrets that you won't really know. So I think when you have that perspective, you're just going to have a better time. And we've kind of seen it with everybody who's kind of hit it big, that there is some male guidance versus the people that are just kind of going at it alone. Because when you're going at it alone,
But Doja's one of the biggest. And she's going at it alone.
Facts.
She's doing
Yeah,
arena.
but-
She's doing arena. A lot of those girls
but
are not
why
doing arena.
aren't they putting Doja in those conversations that they
Because
should?
she does a lot of more pop records.
Okay,
not
Nicki
true,
Minaj
man.
did. Now what?
Yeah, but she started off hip hop with those guys.
No, and she wasn't rapping with niggas either. She wasn't on these posse cut records with a bunch of niggas.
I think
just
Doja can
going
get there
in.
as soon as she just starts doing some more records with them.
Well, and because she's
sick,
alone,
so enough of this. I
just
don't.
'cause
She,
she's
she
alone,
could be
she doesn't
alone.
feel like she needs to.
She could be alone, but she's sick.
No, that's I.
And that album was
completely
great.
agree.
Whenever it was, last year?
Yes, the not Scorpion. What was it? It was like it was a
Drake's.
spider. It was a spider type of thing. But going on,
Moving on.
to continue in the music realm of things, Usher, who
Usher.
you know, he was.
Dun, dun,
if we
dun,
rewind
dun,
earlier in the
dun,
year,
dun, 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 dun.
right?
Usher's been on tour for 5
He was
years.
he was put in the category of the Diddy situation with Justin Bieber. They were saying that things happened to him allegedly.
Well, first of all, let's not step on it. He did the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
And that's
Just
where,
guys move.
and that's yes, and that was before those allegations
So
or
guess,
any
so
of those
guess
things
what?
came
When
out.
you're popping and you do popping things and you stay relevant, you can overcome some things. He dropped the album.
Yep, coming.
He
home.
went. He did Vegas. He did
The
a residency in
and
Vegas,
extended it.
and then extended it. And people were flying left, right, and center from all over the fucking world to go and watch him as if this was going to be his last time performing. And
he needs to chill on that cherry stuff, though.
No, he doesn't.
No, he needs to.
No.
he needs to double up. He needs to
Actually,
quadruple up.
no.
He needs to get a
I
cherry
love what he's
sponsorship.
doing. It's time to see who's really about it, who's not, who's insecure, who's talented, who's excited, who wants to have fun, who's bougie, who like I like that it's bringing out all this. I like that it's bringing out all this energy. It's bringing everybody out to see what kind of person are you, what kind of man do you have, what kind of girl are you, what kind of performer are you, what kind of like I love it and being consistent and don't give a fuck. I love that.
Was
shit.
that Keke Palmer problem with Usher this year too, or was that last year?
Oh my god!
You know what? I want to say last year, but the way that we've been doing the math, it's probably this year.
Nah, it's got to be last year.
You think so?
Yeah,
Okay,
because
let me
remember it
see.
was around her having a child, and the man was like, "Yo, you just had a baby," and I feel like Keke child older.
Yeah,
than
it's
her.
2023. Yeah,
But he, man, and
but
I
it
just
was
love,
the
I love
catalyst.
that.
It continued.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it continued over. Into
I love that that's a part of the show, bro. He's forget the shit. Well,
Usher came to Toronto this year. I saw Usher this year. He did his thing.
I missed
You saw
it.
who? What?
I saw Usher this year.
I didn't
Oh, you
get
did?
to- I didn't
Okay.
get to see it.
Which city was that in?
In Toronto.
Toronto,
Oh, he
to
actually came.
Toronto.
Oh, yeah. He
What do you
did.
mean? He did two dates. Anyway,
He did back to back. Yes, he did. I remember that.
But what I was gonna say is not only, I mean, you could continue with the cherries, which, like I said, he's doing a phenomenal job when it comes to bringing different ladies and showing their talents. But just all of these tour days he's been doing,
Yeah.
the ability to bring
Oh yes,
any kind of artist to be a special guest, like
Generationally.
from the youngest
Glorilla.
popping artists to artists
Hill.
that were super legendary, or
Keith
artists
Sweat.
that you wonder where the fuck they were. Like him bringing out Lloyd, and then Drew Hill, and then Tyrese, and then Glorilla, and then Fat Joe, and then this, like all just I've never seen. He's actually literally bringing
Bridging the
people.
gap. He's bridging the gap. in a
He's
way.
like literally doing it in front of you.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. It's crazy. He brought fucking whoa, Shane. He even brought him out. Are you kidding? Barrington Levy. He brought him out. He's bringing like dancehall artists. He's bringing Afro. Like he's bringing everybody. It's just I've never seen somebody
Be
so
that
willing
tapped
to
in.
share his stage, his
platform.
moment. Yeah, like it's,
They don't usually do that.
give this bit, bro. It's unbelievable. I love what he's doing. So yeah, add him in the Diddy thing, and he's just gonna out talent, outshine, and out whatever the situation is. Where y'all literally forgot about it. A lot of y'all forgot about it.
Jamie Foxx came back to stand up this year.
He came back to
Jamie Foxx came
to
back.
the public eye. Yeah,
You know what I mean? Or the not a real Jamie
it's
Foxx,
clone
right?
because
It's
they cloned Tyrone.
because his tattoos shifted or not the same or whatever.
They clone Tyrone. That's why.
So
Yeah.
here's
Shout
what
out Usher.
Yeah, but before we even get to the Jamie Foxx thing, which we should, I
gotta watch that. I didn't watch it. Did you?
You know what? I still didn't.
Oh, where?
They cloned Tyrone. How was it? What was it? How you watched it?
I thought
Didn't
you were
you?
talking about the stand up.
No, I've watched that. I'm talking about the stand up.
Oh, the stand up.
I didn't watch the stand-up
I didn't
yet.
watch the stand up either. The whole thing, but not because I didn't want to. I just haven't.
You
But
don't have to
I,
apologize.
Yeah, why is he
yes,
saying
I
sorry?
do. I do have to apologize because I should have watched.
Pick
Yo,
and
sometimes
choose.
I have a problem with
You know,
watching.
you can just
stuff
watch
sometimes.
whatever you be watching all the time. That I'm like,
Yeah.
why are you still watching that?
Yeah. Okay, so
You want to tell them what you keep watching?
You can pick and choose.
No. Here's what I want to say. Here's my question to you. When we think, okay, because I just watched Beyonce, absolutely, and I know
Holy
we're jumping.
smokes.
Whoa.
We just
No,
watched.
because let's ram in the fun stuff.
No, but because here's what I want to say that I'm noticing a pattern of.
Beyonce.
There is a
I don't
30
wanna-
mil-
I don't wanna hear- I
30
don't-
million, by the way.
Yeah, I don't want to hear.
so it was 30.
That's the rumor. 30 million.
I don't want to hear
Yeah,
nothing. I don't want to hear nobody talk about Beyonce in any kind of disrespect, slight, not enough credit compared to this, that, or the third.
Every time I
It's
forget
over.
Beyonce is the best, I just see her on my TV screen.
Bro, she's the best. Remember when we were talking about? Remember when we were casually talking about
it.
something about Beyonce in one of those episodes, and then we started like numbering out things, and we're like, oh shit,
This is insane.
like this girl's actually fucking insane, bro.
Brother,
she's actually insane.
I was at Christmas, okay?
yeah.
It's Christmas dinner.
We're all at Christmas, technically.
My family does not care about football.
Yeah.
My family does not know about football.
There you go.
But then guess what?
90% of the women in my house
We're ready.
were not only aware of Beyonce's halftime performance.
Yeah.
We were at my grandma's house.
Oh shit.
And, my grandma is a snowbird, so she's not always here. So
Yeah.
she's here for the. There was a real concern as to if grandma was up on her Netflix situation. I had to probably avert a war by saying, no, guys,
Let me take
Canadian, we still have the rights to it. It's on it's Netflix worldwide, but
Yeah,
we want-
but it's still on TV.
then
Yeah.
the time that we ate and decided to say grace for the food
Jerome, shut
was
up.
built
Shut up.
around being available
Oh, see, well,
for Beyonce's
I
halftime
wish
show.
You know what's so funny? Because for ours,
it was started.
while they were saying grace,
it started.
Beyonce was performing.
And guess where half the people were during that time?
They were watching and not listening to grace.
We're not listening to. We're over there looking. And my mom saw me, and she understood. That's how I knew. That's how you know it was big. Because my mom don't give a damn about that shit either. But when she saw me watching and the praying's happening, she was just like, and she's like a Bible head.
Bro, I was asked to pray, and there was a look I got that said, "Yo, don't."
Yeah. Yeah, like
You need to. I
Yes.
needed to pray with enough time for everyone to be able to walk. Because we do potluck style, so you walk by, everybody gets.
Yes,
food,
yeah, for sure.
Same
right?
thing.
And
Yeah,
then-
same thing.
to be able to comfortably orient ourselves around the television.
Just know something.
And if you thank God for a little bit too much during this period of time, I just want you to know it's you.
Yeah,
son.
yeah. Don't.
And,
Beyonce is incredible. She brought all these amazing, super talented black country singers to share that
and Post
stage.
Malone, who was also black.
No, I'm Post Malone, but
He got back his blackness that night.
but she did that. But
he
he's on
didn't.
he's on the album, so I
What'd you
get
say?
it.
What'd you say?
No, he didn't.
But I'm just I was like, oh, he's on the album. So
on the album, so it's calm.
it's calm.
But no, he didn't.
But
Yo, you know what's so funny? Someone said,
Tommy Richmond, Post Malone, Adin Ross, same category. I know what y'all doing. I get it. You got to feed your families. Don't play with me.
Someone said this. They're like, yo, can I get a hear me out for Post Malone?
No.
And they said, just because he had a shower for one day does not give
Oh,
you
yeah,
the right to hear me out. And they're like, no.
anyway,
You're not allowed to have the demands he had on his album, the sounds that he had, the producers he worked with, and come on and be like, I don't make my music to sound like hip hop music.
You know what?
that's correct.
Now you just reminded me of how messed up it was. Now
Come
you
on, bro.
got me
Nah.
dark. Now you got me in a dark spot.
Nah,
I need a
bro.
hoodie now too. No, I need.
You think I'm gonna give Post Malone a pass with the woman on my chest? Get the hell out of here, yo. I know what you did.
But I will say this though. When I look at people like Beyonce, right?
Shout out Shabuzi that was on there
Shabuzi,
too.
yeah. And that the first people that Beyonce was with, it was like a country group that won something on one of those American.
At the beginning.
Yes, with the four, and we're like, yo, who are those women that she's walking with that are singing? They're a country group apparently.
I think so.
But what I was gonna say is watching her perform, and then we talk about Usher.
Yeah, she had Tanner,
Tanner, yes,
Brittany
who
Spencer,
wrote on her album, yeah.
Tara Kennedy,
yeah. So
Rena Robert. Yeah.
What I've noticed is
Blackbirds.
There's a certain je ne sais quoi that is missing from newer artists that, like, I don't think they care enough. Like, I can't explain it because when I see Usher perform and I see Beyonce perform, who's obviously in a different category, like, there's a certain attention to detail that they are so cognizant about. Because someone had actually said, "Oh,
but you know why?
What? Why?"
Because they say it all the time, and we know it's true. The artist development shit is not there.
Okay, that's fair. That's a fair.
And people, and so I get with I'm with you with they don't care to artists develop themselves.
Okay,
they don't care. They go, they perform, and it's they the audience is so excited just to see them that they just sing along, and it becomes more of.
That's a big fact. It's more likely I see a bad performer than a good performer these days.
Yeah, 100%.
Back in the day, it's a given. If you going to see somebody live, you're about to see a show. Now you're going to see them sing the song.
And and not only that, someone had brought up the fact that they're like, "Oh, Rihanna's performance was so much better," and I had to think about it. You know what I asked them? I said, "Was Rihanna's performance better, or did you know more songs from Rihanna's performance?" Because there's a difference.
I hate when people talk.
You knowing the records is not an indication of if there was a better performance. Because if she's not performing well and she's performing,
but but that's what have we learned about commentary in the social media era of anything? Doesn't matter what it is, music, fucking movies, clothes, whatever. People say something is not good because they don't like it.
And then they don't like it because they don't know it.
But that's just what it is. It's not like, yo, this guy's good, but I don't like it. Like they don't know how to separate
their personal.
If something is good, but it's not for me. They don't know how to do that. They don't know how to do that part. Like I can watch a country artist or a rock artist that I could care not one lick of that song or one lick of that artist's riffs and be like, that was an incredible performance.
I understand.
They don't know how to do that. People go, yo, Playboi Carti's the best, or this person's the best, or Kanye, or whatever the case may be, because that's just their favorite. That's just what it is. So yes, you love Rihanna over Beyonce, so therefore, Rihanna's performance pregnant on the stage is going to be 1,000 times better than anything that Beyonce did. Oh, shout out having her daughter on there, killing that shit too. Like
nepotism at its finest in a positive way.
Like, that's just sad. Like, oh, Drake sucks because you don't like Drake. Yo, Kendrick's better because you love Kendrick. Yo, Kendrick can't make a song because you hate Kendrick. Like, I don't like to listen to people anymore. Yo, there's a movie that came out. I don't know if it's a Marvel movie.
True. Yeah.
A new Marvel movie.
Yeah.
I think it's called Craven or
Craven Hunter.
Craven Hunter, right?
Sony.
Sony.
The Sony
But
Spider-Verse.
the Sony Spider-Verse. Did you watch it?
Movies. Craven?
Yeah.
I was gonna, and I heard it was absolute
hogwash.
And why? And do you know why?
That it was hogwash?
Yeah. Why? What did you see about that? Why they said it was hogwash?
I heard there was no care. The example I heard is they said that there's a scene where there's wind blowing, and when they close it on the actors, there's no wind blowing the actor's face. There's zero attention to detail. The craftsmanship of the film. I heard
So throughout the entire movie, or that one spot of the movie?
They said that one spot of the movie was a good indication of how bad the rest of the movie was.
But that's sad because I've watched a 2-minute part of a movie that was trash, and the rest of it be fire. And I wouldn't say that the movie wasn't.
I want to be clear. I am going to watch Craven.
No, me too. I'm going to watch it. But I think there was I think the director said it was the director or somebody that said, "Yo, it was rated as one of the worst movies ever under Sony." And he's like, "Yo, but I thought the movie was amazing. And then I looked under the comments and saw people comment saying, yo, I watched the movie and this movie was actually pretty good. I don't know what people are talking about. People also do the whole follow sheep situation. If everybody says something is shit,
98% of the
then
time.
they jump on and say, yo, it's shit too. And they don't even fucking know why it's shit. I like.
There's been a couple times that I've heard a review about a movie and watched it myself and thought, oh, wow. Okay, I get it's not,
yeah, Shakespeare, yeah.
But
I don't know what these guys are talking about.
But what are they? That's what I'm saying. What are they talking about? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't respect critiques anymore. I don't respect any. I'll go on Netflix and see something says something low rating, and I watch it. I'm like, yo, this actual movie was actually pretty damn good. Who was clicking these buttons? Like, you know what I mean? Now you got to like start thinking about these things that also deter people from checking them out to even help it get the boost of the ratings that they're looking for. That's why a lot of independent people who make movies or they make shows and they put on Netflix, they ask you that thing that clicking that you like it really does a big deal for Netflix and the algorithm in there to show to more people and to get like better when they go do other projects, do like a second season of a show that they actually go to there and say, well, how many people actually clicked that they really like this? There's one thumbs up and there's 2 thumbs up. So it's
and you know what? That's why that's
Critics.
why reviews of any medium today is so dangerous because
it's horrible.
Because people's curated, and I blame Elon for everything because what he has done is allowed for individuals to have a broad. Yes, I do. He's allowing for individuals to have a broad perception of.
You think Elon did that?
I think it's happened before.
He has, because what he's done, he is decentralized, and which everything is good and bad and neutral. So he's decentralized the need for news outlets and these things because he's like, you guys are the news. No, he knows he did.
I don't think he brought that in though. That's not,
no, but
he didn't create that.
He definitely put his billions into letting that be the perpetual truth instead of letting the news and
I have a hard time letting you.
He can't be the leader.
Joe Rogan was the #1 podcast in the world before Elon bought Twitter.
Okay. What's your point? Joe Rogan's one person. Elon owns Twitter, which is
the whole idea of COVID vaccinations and like vax status that was happening during COVID.
Yes,
I would argue that I think the legacy media lost its own audience.
But no, and
then
I know, yes, and then Elon was there to
capitalize.
Yes, so what I'm saying is, yes, he capitalized. But don't get me wrong. My point is that with the way things are going now, he has given each individual person a voice, which is fine. But now you have people who don't care. Like, for example, if you have someone who has an individual voice who hates 5 artists, whenever those 5 artists ever drop, they will never give them a fair review because they hate them.
Yeah.
And they could have made that album. It could have took 2 years. It could have been hundreds of musicians and I've seen it in real time. But they're like, yo, this is trash. Trust me, it's trash. Yeah, and it's like they're not even judging the musicality of it, but they're hiding under the guise of being this person who's presenting this curated experience. And that's the problem I have, because for you to be a true curator, you have to be able to look at things that you absolutely despise and try to find the good in it.
You have to acknowledge the agenda that other people have. But I think that, like, you know, like when we talk about this year in review, obviously we talked about music. There's been great strides with art.
Absolutely.
A huge change politically. I think we're going to have one coming up here. You know, Chrystia Freeland in Canada steps down. But I think what we have to be careful...
Dominoes.
What we have to be careful to do is just let's keep looking at everything in its full context.
Absolutely.
And I think that I don't want to say that, you know, any one side is getting a larger voice than the other. I just think people are getting the benefit of hearing information from all sides.
That's true.
That is what it is.
Right?
Yes.
And
that is true.
The concept of the town square should still be that eventually and over time, if you don't have a point, nobody will follow you. Your voice won't be loud enough anymore. Right? So like if I walk into a room and I scream something.
Yes.
So we're all screaming something. Let's say we all walk into a room of 100 people, we all scream something. What human history tells you is that eventually one guy screaming is going to hear me screaming and think, you know what, I think he has a better point than me. And then he's going to scream what I scream.
I mean,
and vice versa.
I
and
hope
if you
so.
don't accumulate enough of the screaming voices, then it doesn't carry the day. What was happening before is that there was artificial screaming happening. That we were making things seem like they were a louder voice than they really were in society. And I'm okay with us correcting that. The masses, the volume. I'm not saying that, you know, majority rules all the time, but a bunch of people believing something in an open market carries some sort of weight.
Yes, it does. It carries.
And there's a reason why that works.
No, I agree.
Now you can't artificial. Now when you were doing artificial, when you're muting other people and picking up two guys,
which
talking,
is what's happening.
Then I don't think we need to have that. But I don't know that Elon is promoting that as much as he's trying to take us away from that. I think that's maybe what was happening before.
I watch it in real time. Elon is doing the thing that he's trying to protect people from just for the other side. And that's what I don't respect.
Oh, you think that?
No, I see it.
So you really?
But do you think he's doing that, or that's just happening through?
Are you sure you're not bringing? Are you bringing in a bias of saying I know where he sits, so he must be trying to skew the conversation in his direction?
You know what? I don't know where he sits because I'm starting to see the right who helped bring him to power starting to turn on him today.
No, but that's my point. That's why I don't.
That we don't know.
What you just said is why I actually don't think Elon is doing any one thing or the other. Yeah. I think Elon holds certain values, and I don't think he likes being controlled.
That's 100%.
He doesn't hold any values, but he doesn't like being controlled. that's what I.
So I think that when he was in the liberal machine,
yes,
and then he started to say things that didn't fit the liberal machine, and they came and said, "Hey, brother, you're one of us. Why are you talking like that?"
Yes,
because I have different ideas. Shut up.
Yes.
Leave me alone.
I just want to be an individual.
I think that the right side or the red side made him think like, "Hey, we could be individuals. Let's just talk. Best idea wins." And he goes, "Yeah."
Yes.
So he does that. And then they're starting to say, "Hey, Elon, shut up about this part."
Not only are they saying shut up, they're also saying, "Yo, you're not fucking American." Yo, Donald Trump is getting scared because people are starting to put more power in this man's hands.
Wait,
yo,
that's why he said, don't worry, he won't be the president because he wasn't born here.
Yo,
that's him talking to his base as much as man. You think that's him talking for himself or him talking to his base? Elon's been an international businessman for 40 plus years.
But
it's not news to him that you can't run for the state, the presidency if you're not born.
Yes,
there.
I know.
But in an America that was worried Barack Obama was a terrorist,
yes,
I understand why he has to go and say, "Look, guys, don't worry. If you're worried about him getting too much control of me, or him working his way, he's not your biggest problem." No, he's just a smart guy who moved here and likes America. He's profited greatly from it. Would not have been able to be that rich anywhere else in the world. I think that's a fact in terms of just how other markets and societies work. And I understand Elon saying, "Look, the America that made me rich, I want to preserve it a bit because the way you guys are taking it, I don't think I'll be able to work with you guys for too much longer."
Mm-hmm. It's just so interesting to see in real time the shift within those who have revered him. But that is what before Donald Trump sets foot in office.
It's gonna be. I can't wait. I mean, I'm looking so forward to January
20th. So as we kind of taper off here, we look forward to 2025.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things you're looking forward to. You would say is the Trump inauguration, and not necessarily because you love him, but just to see what it does.
There's a set of minority voices in America, that have been angry since 2008.
Holy fucking shit, yeah!
Ever since this guy became in president,
that have felt unheard since 2008. Mm-hmm. That have felt muted and neutered since 2008. So that have felt controlled. Of those who haven't felt that way since 2008, they've definitely felt that way since 2010.
Oh shit! 2 years later,
there's a huge caucus of North America that's felt like this liberal, quote unquote, woke, quote unquote, politically correct virus has turned the tide for a decade and a half. 15. They think they've punted 15 years of American freedom.
That's crazy.
Then they think that for one brief moment in time,
there was
a free-speaking, free-thinking guy got in office. Then they think we stole it from him because of a
gave an old man
biogenetically engineered disease that we all like. That's a lot of feeling.
I know. Yes.
And January 20th marks
resurgence,
the ultimate validation,
true
and
victory.
the beginning of a test case for all of those people. And what we have to acknowledge, it's half of America. That's 200 million people.
Yeah.
And it marks an opportunity for them to get the world they've been asking for.
Yeah, put their money where their mouth is.
And I think that that creates an opportunity for unity. Because what has been clear for me, looking not politically but just in life, is that one side has said, hey, you know, maybe we're going to get what we want, maybe we don't, but let's talk about it, let's fight. And another side has said, I can't get what I want because you're lying, you're cheating, because you're a woman, because you're a person of color, because you're an immigrant, because immigrant
from there.
I can't get what I want because This is the first time.
All of those are down.
That
no excuses.
Every single person that had that in an excuse
is a zero.
Can come out and say, you know what, man, things are turning. Right? You think it's different? Look at here in Canada, bro.
That they want to make a
Trudeau is absolutely imploding. It is.
Yeah. Right in front of us,
and it's been the same concept for many. Man, this guy, the truck convoy,
everything is just like
we're getting right. 2025 is gonna be a beautiful year because we're gonna be right in that realm of those people that maybe you feel you haven't been able to talk to for the past 15 years. You've never been able to have a reasonable argument 15 years because it eventually just gets to the oblique. Mm-hmm. Now we can live in a world where, hey, let's breathe in the fresh air. Mm-hmm. And now let's still take a look at the same world.
Same world.
And let's have a conversation.
And are we going to get to a point where we can acknowledge that the only thing that changes is the messaging? And that we as a society have to come together and accept the facts of the world that we live in. It's not his fault, her fault, my fault, immigrants' fault. There are facts of the way our world works, and good ideas have to carry the day. Mm-hmm. In business, in schools, in society, for women, for men, for immigrants, for people of color, for visible minorities, for, all the labels.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity. I'm not even upset about it. It's an opportunity.
It is.
Because we must acknowledge, wherever you sit, that there's a huge portion of our society, and we all have to work together, that has felt like they haven't even had a chance to live the way they wanted to live.
Yeah.
From 10 to 15 years.
Which is insane.
And me saying that as a guy I'm in my 30s, I'm not going to say that number. Mm-hmm. That means that for the majority of my adult life,
yes, exactly.
I've been rubbing shoulders with a set of people that could be very angry.
Could be.
Very disturbed.
No, they're pissed.
So it's exciting.
It's going to be different.
It's exciting because we get to a ta-da moment. Let's see.
1,000%.
That's what I look forward to.
Okay. That's that, and that is fair. O'Shaun, same question. 2025. I mean, obviously, we talked to the political landscape because, to be honest, the political landscape is what indicates everything. Mm-hmm. Like everything is based on who's in power, what policies they're putting in place, and how that affects from the top down. From your vantage point, you have a unique vantage point that's obviously different from his. What are you looking forward to in the context of what has been, being unburdened by what has been? Kamala, being unburdened by what has been. No, but for real though, what are you looking forward to in 2025, contextually speaking? In any way.
On the same conversation. Well, I'm just saying, even in the same conversation, I'm just interested to see how he maneuvers, as in Trump, maneuvers differently this time. I don't remember another time where there was a president for 4 years, lost the election, the re-election, disappeared, battled back, and came back and won again, and then see how that looks like on that side. Like, for a second term,
Senate and the House.
Yeah, hasn't happened in the modern world. So Grover Cleveland is the last American president.
Well, there you go. That to me is like the most intriguing part of this whole story. Like, I mean, listen, I joke around, about Trump's situation many times, but like in ways he's inspiring in just stories. Is inspiring. No, it's inspiring in some ways. Not what he stands for and what he represents and blah blah blah, but just the arc story. Just the story arc. He came out of nowhere, he becomes the president, he loses it, he complains, he bitches and moans, he goes to war and goes from the ground up, comes back and he somehow gets it again. Like that's fucking that if that doesn't tell
put
you
any other person's name on that and you think of it as an inspiring American story.
The greatest political comeback of all time. After getting shot in the head.
I didn't even want to bring that up, but I didn't I even forgot about
Yeah,
that.
you shot
But
at twice.
isn't that not fucking like when they decide to do this movie of Trump, a real movie of Trump, like
the
this,
real one. Yeah.
like
yeah.
that's fucking unbelievable. Like you can actually have something, lose it, dig deep, and come back again, and maybe even be better than ever.
That's why they
like,
circle the block.
Like now, if he comes and he falls on his ass, then we're gonna watch live in color, and we're gonna look at all the races, and we're gonna look at all this, all the
No,
turmoil.
but we need
We're gonna-
that too, though.
But we
And there you go.
and
For
there we
the
go.
full-
And there
for
we
the full
go.
picture.
We
the
do.
The world needs to see.
We need to see what's
the result,
real.
and we need to just let it happen. Let's
Yes.
not.
Yeah, enough.
Because if he's been right this whole time,
Then
fuck.
then we need to see that.
and we need to eat our words.
100%.
And if it's the same,
Then
we
we need
all
to see,
need to see that.
and that's where I'm excited the most.
Yep.
You have to see it play out, yo. We have to see it. Enough of this what if or if I got oh no, you guys don't know he's this, that, or that. No, now we're gonna see.
Because I always say this from politically. No COVID, he wins he wins again. He would have won a second.
Well,
term.
because
Oh,
when
you've
you
been
say
saying
no
that.
COVID, there's a lot of other things you're saying no because everything that COVID brought disappears. So yes,
there's a lot that happened throughout. Yeah, but that's my
That's what I
point.
mean.
That's his
It's
point.
the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
entire
COVID kills his economy. It kills some of the stuff he wanted to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
So
in there
we-
now.
yeah.
4 years to go. He can't cut a deal saying, "Hey, I'll do it next time." I want it now.
You got to
Yes.
do it now. Yeah.
So
That's what
Bro,
I'm saying. So
JG
things
Wentz.
are
World
going to
is.
happen faster.
I
It's
really-
going to happen faster.
people that say our world's on a razor's edge. Well, I think
No.
our world is safer and better now than it's ever been. I personally believe that. I just think that more people know more now, so they get more nervous. But
yeah, that's
the fact the stakes aren't any higher than they've been.
Yeah.
The stakes have always been high.
It's always been.
You
Yeah.
just haven't noticed,
right?
You haven't been cognizant.
But hey, this guy's coming in. Let's see what he does with the Middle East. Let's see what he does with Russia. Let's see what he does with China and Taiwan. Let's see what he does with the economy.
Yeah. Let's see
Let's see what he does with oil drilling in the United States. Let's see what he does with Fortune 500 companies. Let's see what he does with tariffs.
See what he does with the relationship with Canada.
Let's see what he does with
51st
immigration.
state.
Bro,
Let's see
let's
with
see.
immigration. Yeah, let's see the borders.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And I just and my hope is in the closing, is I just hope that all the people that brought him to power are going to be at least a little bit respectful enough to call him out when he's not doing the things that he said he was going to do, that they voted him in for, and then he turns his back on. Like, don't now ignoring it because
they can't do
he
that.
started in Home Alone.
No,
Like, I
that's-
think that's bullshit.
No, that's
Like,
when
you
I'm
gotta
gonna
hold
get
them
it. That's
to
when
the
I'm gonna
same
get
fire.
it. That's when I'm gonna get at them because the same people that voted for Obama when Obama wasn't doing right by blacks or wasn't doing enough by blacks, there were
People were calling him out.
people were calling him out left, right, and center all the time online. It was over and over and over and over again. They do the same thing with Kamala. They did the same thing with her. Like, oh, but look where she came
Even
from.
though
Look
she's
what
the vice
she-
president, she
even-
can't affect these
So
changes.
the
that he
same
wants.
way, if
Yeah.
Trump is not doing the right things, and you guys and you on the Republican side, or you guys on that side, or you guys that are Trump, how do they call it, fanboys or whatever,
yeah.
then at least let me. That would be a beautiful. That even in that in itself would be interesting to see. Like, wow, look at that.
We'll see.
And Trump, the way that it looks like how Trump is. He'll respond directly to those things right
already
for all, of
starting
us,
to say-
for all of us to see. Like, you guys are right. I feel like he would be like the referee who said the other day in the game that she called she kicked out Andre Drummond. I think it was Andre Drummond for flagrant foul,
Mm-hmm.
and he went to the back and she looked back and went over to Nick Nurse and said, "I fucked up. Bring him back."
Where?
And he came back in the game. I never seen that in my life.
never
He
seen
came
that.
back from the back. He put back his jersey. He came back out. They rescinded.
That's
She
why
said,
women are
"I."
great.
She said,
They
"I
can admit
fucked
to their
up."
mistakes.
I can see Trump. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I can see.
And that will give license.
Oh my
him
goodness.
if he's like that at the
Yeah.
highest office, that gives license for
Everybody,
that to
yeah,
trickle down.
trickle-
And
yeah.
that would be fantastic.
That's true.
But
things I'm looking forward to 2025. Just out of curiosity, or just speed round. I'm very interested to see how the Drake lawsuit with UMG works out.
Yes, which got postponed. The
Till-
December 20th thing got postponed,
Yep.
so it didn't get to fully flesh
So I'll be
out.
very interested to see how that works out. He's obviously going to be on tour in Australia in February. So
Shout
let's see
out
what
Drake
happens.
for doing the giveaway that he just did.
The giveaway he did.
That he did.
He gave
yesterday.
specifically
or
he had one
Boxing
giveaway
Day.
with Adin Ross, which gave $100K USD to a Toronto artist or creative, but he gave it to Nimanaz, this really funny
Comedian,
Toronto GTA area
content
guy
creator.
who
Yeah, shout
deserves
out-
it. And
shout him out. He did
when
it.
I was hearing kind of what Drake was kind of reading up the kinds of stuff, he was like, yo, send me that money, fam. Like, I get why he gave it to this guy, because he's kind of already doing
his
things.
thing.
So
That's
it's
why, yeah,
easier
he's doing
to
his
give it
thing.
to
So he's
someone
like,
who's like
you're grinding here.
So I get it.
Like people
So
were
you're
literally telling him, "Yo, Dre, just give me the bands. Like,
Yo,
just
follow
give
me.
just follow me. Just give me that money, yo." I'm like, Drake's like,
I'm gonna give it to someone that's moving. But
Yeah,
that was really dope to see. I don't
he
care
took
what you
care of
guys say.
people's. Yeah, he took care of some guys, people's rent for a year.
Mortgage, rent, transportation, all kind of stuff.
Cars,
But,
families, yeah. So they'll big him up for that.
Interested to see
What
if
else?
Brown retires this year.
This year?
It's not gonna be this year.
2025, right? So I'm
You mean like the 25-26 season?
no.
Like this same?
this.
Yeah. I'm curious
No.
to see if this is the year Brown walks away.
No,
No,
he's
but if he takes another long extended break, then I think that's gonna happen.
He's not.
Then,
Why would he? Why would he?
Why did he take the first
No,
one?
because let me tell you. No, but just so before he jumps to the next
Yeah.
story, remember, Braun always finishes his contract.
Hey,
He never
good-
doesn't do that.
But that, like,
I know, but this
So
would-
he has another
so
year on
does
his
every
contract.
NBA player currently.
No. People retire early. Some people they want to trade. Like people, like all those type of like he finishes his obligations.
saying.
So
Yeah.
so
He got two.
he got two for sure. He got
yeah.
two
So,
for sure.
so you're saying, so what are we
But
looking
yeah,
for?
he wants-
2025. What else? What else are you looking for?
No, he said he was gonna say something else.
My last one is I Am Legend Part 2. I think that comes out this year, right?
I hope so.
it's
But
supposed to.
but then again, I just saw fucking
His other
Batman.
movie.
Batman got pushed to 2027. So I don't know.
Really?
Yes,
I don't know
yes,
what the
yes,
fuck
yes,
happened with
yes.
that. Oh, what did you think about? Wait, did we talk about this? What did you think about the
Quickly
trailer
speed
of
round.
Superman?
Okay.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Funny enough.
I of course I watched it like 3 times
But,
just
oh
to
my
make sure
God.
I understood.
Going back to the John Williams score,
oh shit.
iconic.
Oh, okay.
Iconic.
Okay.
But I
What do you don't like about
You don't
it?
the
What do you
color
don't like
grading?
about
it's not like I don't
color
like it. I
grading?
still think I look at it and I just
He still looks like
I
the
still
guy.
miss the Henry Cavill.
But he looks like
opportunity.
Henry.
I don't think anybody's ever looked more like Superman to me other than Christopher Reeves
Yeah.
and Henry Cavill.
Okay, that's fair.
So he
that's
doesn't
fair.
look like Henry to you?
Bro, he's just not jacked. He's not.
I know.
Bro, Henry Cavill was yoked for that role. This guy looks like he goes to the gym. He's doing his thing.
But you know what? You know why?
Like you.
You know what? Thanks. You know what? You know why? No, not yet. But you know why I think they did that? Maybe because now the Batman is not jacked. Because Ben
so they're going
Affleck's
to-
Batman.
Yeah, he was yoked.
Whoa!
But that's my point.
Pause.
I miss the Zack Snyder
Yeah, that was fucking crazy.
yokeness of those heroes.
Yeah.
'Cause I believe it.
I almost rewatched that the other day.
Superman,
Yeah, you
lifting
need
bullets
to
and
see,
car.
yeah,
Bro,
you need to
he's
feel
yoked.
it to believe it. Yeah.
should be.
So
Yeah.
this, but again,
But-
John Williams, Crypto,
Yeah.
like the 9 storylines that look like are going to be existing in that film.
It looks, bro.
That's dope.
Because I don't know who I could be. I don't know how I could be talking to Lois in a penthouse apartment as the moon is purple.
Yeah.
With arms coming out of it.
Yeah. No, I feel him. I feel him.
I don't know who that robot is. He's talking. It's gonna be great.
I gotta watch the trailer.
I think it's gonna be sick, yo.
It's probably gonna be amazing.
I know y'all are complaining, and that's what I'm saying. I hate you, critics, yo.
Of like
bro, they
60
see one thing and
second
they're like,
thing.
"Oh man, this is gonna." I see people like, "Yo, this is gonna be the
worst
worst
thing ever."
Superman ever." I'm like,
already.
how?
But yeah, that's it for me. Politically, I'm curious to see what happens with the NBA this year.
Yes.
Curious to see what happens with Drake UMG. Curious to see what Kendrick does for
I
his
was about
Super
to
Bowl
ask you,
show.
you're not curious
Yes,
about
and
that?
who he brings out. And you know what? Writer strike plus COVID. This is probably our first year to get real summer blockbusters. So I'm curious to see what that's like.
That's very fair.
We should be getting a lot
Do we know?
back to back.
Besides that one, besides the I Am Legend, do we know of
Any
an
other
upcoming
major?
one that should be? I mean, I know Black Panther 3 would be the next year,
2
right?
years, yeah. That's not gonna be up, yeah.
And Denzel got signed. That's for sure. He's in it.
Well, okay, so like a big movie that I mean, I like them, but the final Mission Impossible movie comes out this summer.
Okay.
I like everything he's doing.
So yeah, I want to see that.
that's
Obviously,
fair.
Captain
That's dope.
America, Anthony Mackie's
Yeah,
first
yeah.
full
Yes,
feature
full-
Captain America
and
film
he says-
after becoming Captain America in the TV show happens
yeah.
this year. I'm excited to see that.
I'm excited to see that too. 100%.
Fast and the Furious, the second part comes
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
To end that
Going back
franchise
to
come out this year.
they're going back to the streets.
Are they?
That's
Yeah,
what they
that's
said.
what
They
he-
said
that's
they're
what he
trying to
said.
take it back to
I'm
its
pretty
roots.
sure that comes out this year. So
They're saying it's going back to
I'm
its
trying to
roots.
see that.
Oh, Sean, anything else that you think?
Everything he said, and everything he said. I'm copying.
Yeah.
I'm copying his paper.
Bars.
Everything he said.
Yeah.
Just to see who this team right here drafts.
The Raptors. Okay.
Who they draft next year, because there's,
Yeah.
like I said, there's a lot of great prospects.
Absolutely.
do you want the first overall pick and get Cooper Flag?
Do I want that?
Yeah.
I would take that.
What are we 7-24 right now? I mean, are we in the running for something like that?
Yeah, we are. and we're in a great running for it because we're playing very well and losing. I love that.
You gotta
Like play well and then lose.
Yeah.
Play well, show the potential, and lose.
Yeah.
Give me that, yo.
Dope.
I'm enjoying watching LeBron's final seasons. Curry, all these guys. I'm enjoying that. First of all, that was. I don't know if I told this to XP the other day. That Christmas game, Lakers and Warriors was
one of the greatest Christmas Day games I've ever seen.
And it's the highest viewed regular season basketball game
This year
in 5 years.
Well, that's not hard. I mean, the ratings have been getting absolutely
But
eviscerated.
But 5 years because 5 years before the ratings were great. So how did?
Because that takes
so
5 years.
Wow,
takes you-
actually, yeah. Sorry, pause. I'm wrong. Yeah. Wow.
So how did that be
quite
of
a-
all of them? That of any regular season game?
Wow.
I think it's just a downturn and like
Maybe people
the
just feel like, you know,
anticipation.
They just because
some
they
of the
know
last times to see Steph first, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, and that's
And they lived up to the billing
and they
too.
lived-
And
and
they
they
lived up
and
to
they
the
lived
billing.
it up,
Holy
yes.
smokes.
Yeah.
Well, man, you always say, oh, what are we going to do? We're going to find a way because people thought we were going to do that for
gonna find a
Michael.
way.
No. What are we gonna do? I think that no. We said
Hopefully
it for Michael, but guess
hopefully
what?
it's
We
answered.
said it for Michael, but the player wasn't there yet.
I understand.
So the player's not there yet. If you tell me that the player's not in the league right now,
That's gonna
to-
take it
will
over?
give you
That's
that-
gonna
that-
fade. That's not gonna be the best because that's not what we're talking about.
We're not talking about that,
We're
yeah.
talking about who's going to make everybody want to watch basketball every
Again,
night.
and that's really what it comes
where's
down
that?
to. Yeah.
And
And
I
we'll
don't-
see it, and
and I
that
don't know
will
if that
be
person
remains
is
to be
playing
seen.
yet.
Maybe, yeah, maybe not. Maybe they will
Because it's
rear
gotta
their
be
head.
it's gotta be from off the rip.
Yeah.
Most of
well,
us-
no, it doesn't have to be off the rip, but it's got to be
Remind
pretty
me of a
soon.
player that wasn't off
Carter,
the rip.
Carter wasn't off the rip.
Yes, he
Vince-
was.
Brother, I
He
don't
was-
think you understand.
Great-
You're forgetting.
Rookie
LeBron
of the,
James.
You didn't watch Rookie of the Year '98. Vince Carter's Rookie of the Year.
maybe not.
Bro,
The energy of LeBron James.
Yes,
Before
no,
he
that was
entered.
happened
prissy. Yes, it was way before.
While Kobe and Carter and T-Mac were in their prime.
Yes,
We're still playing.
Correct. Okay.
I remember the ESPN specials searching for LeBron
So can you imagine?
when he had the Hummer, and then he comes into the
fair.
league in 03.
and he faced
And
all those guys.
while we're waiting for LeBron to take over, D Wade gets a ring in his second year with
yes,
Shaq.
yes,
And
yes.
then-
who
yes,
was beefing with Kobe?
Then
Like, what are we talking
LeBron
about?
That's
gets
insane.
the finals run with San Antonio,
Yep.
Yep.
but gets
Duncan.
swept. So there's still the sort of Shaq thing.
Yes.
Detroit gets their last leg.
Yep.
Bro, and then they call it the
Should've had
after
Carmelo.
6.
Yeah.
As soon as LeBron James, the 2 years before
Yes.
he goes to
Miami.
Miami,
Yeah.
why does he go? Because Boston came together.
Yeah.
And
you
brought
go.
in Kevin
Yes.
Garnett.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
we're all watching for that ring. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. And then
got-
they
they
do it
got
for
the
2
one- they
years.
got the
one
Okay.
ring. They got one ring.
Paul Gasol,
Yes.
right?
Going over to
And
with
then
Kobe.
LeBron hops over to the Miami Heat. And since then,
It's been
basketball had been must watch. And I would argue that it had been must watch. What's that, 2010? No.
Yeah.
When did he go to Miami?
11 or 10? No, probably been 11.
Is it 11? I would argue that basketball for me was must watch
For the
for a
next 7
decade
years?
until
Okay.
the Raptors won.
Okay.
Because
That's fair,
while
yeah.
LeBron was doing that, LeBron's in Miami, he's doing that. As soon as LeBron went to Cleveland, we had a good team here in Toronto. For me, at
Yeah,
least.
no, we did. No, we did.
So,
We had a great team.
but then he's
Just
in
we didn't-
and
yeah.
then Golden State is who they
2010.
were.
Yeah.
Brother, it was a decade of
It was
much love
2010. It was
basketball.
literally 2010.
And the iconic and
Yes.
James Harden doing what he was. People forget
yes. There was a
Westbrook doing what he was doing.
interceptions,
Oh,
So who's
Yeah.
there right now?
yeah.
and that's my point. That's why I
Yes.
agree with you because those storylines were LeBron was the king of the hill,
But
but
there was-
under that Kevin
there was-
Durant.
That's what I'm.
Yes.
That's
Under
my
that,
point. That's
Russell
my point.
Westbrook was
That's
carrying
my-
weight.
That's my point.
Under that, Steph Curry was
That's
shooting
my
to cover
point.
up the ball.
That's my point.
Under
There's
that,
not.
Paul,
There's
Paul
not many.
George was a guy. People forget.
Yeah, Indiana Pacer Paul George, not this what we see.
Yeah,
whatever
the
was
in this
Indiana,
rubbish.
the
Indiana
Indiana
Pacer Paul
version.
George.
Come on.
Derrick Rose. We're forgetting about that. Like
The Derrick Rose,
this-
oh.
when he stole the one MVP. He didn't steal, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, he was
it was
balling
kind
for
of.
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
they
You know what I mean?
My point
yeah.
is,
Dirk on his last leg, San Antonio playing some of the
Gotcha.
prettiest basketball we'd ever seen.
Yeah.
Remember when Memphis had the Rough Rider team with Paul Gasol and
Yeah.
and then we took Paul.
Yeah.
Randolph.
Yeah.
I don't think
No,
our
for
NBA
sure.
is like that anymore right
No,
now.
no, 1,000%.
Bro, it's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Looking
Yeah,
forward
yeah,
to all this.
okay.
Looking forward to if Jay-Z will ever drop an album again.
Well, yeah.
I think he will. And I feel like all of this is really going to help him drop an album.
Yeah. No, and to be honest,
Like-
and yeah, with
Because
yeah,
remember,
yeah.
he's always says, I will if I have
He
something
needs
to say.
talk about.
Bro, you
Yeah.
have a lot to
You
say
got a
now.
lot to talk about now.
You got
There's
a lot. You
of
got Beyonce
content.
been dropping albums. Oh, I'm excited to hear when Solange drops her album because I heard
Solange,
a couple snippets. But you
Yeah.
got all that with Beyonce been going on.
Yeah.
What's been going on with the Grammys? Is Beyonce gonna get that album of the year? I think she should get the album of the year.
Cowboy Carter?
Well, we'll see what the
I think
nominations
she
are.
should get it. But I think it's between her and Sabrina. But I think she should get it. conceptually and what she did with that album and what she's still doing with that album and what she did with that album tour wise, it's all encompassing.
And they don't always give it to the biggest selling album either. So
not always.
I would argue though that
almost they
Beyonce
don't.
is at the run now where she gets it on legacy. I mean, somebody at the committee has to look around and say, we got to do this.
Bro,
But they
she
haven't
has
done it yet.
99 Grammy nominations. No one has anything close to that.
Humans are humans. You don't think somebody sits down and thinks, we haven't done this yet?
But I also heard that there was people that were like, yo, we don't want to give this to her because she gets too much. Like there was,
and that's
people
what,
that
and
they
that's
said
and
that,
that's and that's the problem that NBA did with LeBron and with Michael Jordan. There's an argument that they should have way more MVPs than they have, but because the tiresome of now look at friggin' Jokic might get 3 in a row now, right, or 4 in a row, whatever it is. Like this is the type of shit I'm talking about. Who the fuck cares about tired? Beyonce should get it. You guys gave it to Nas. Nas finally got a Grammy, a couple years ago, right? After having 14, 15 nominations in a row, 0. Snoop, all these guys, 0, 0, 0. So, yeah, you know what? If Beyonce gets it, no one's going to be like, oh, man, it shouldn't be. That's not right. Anybody that does that is usually just a hater. So,
No,
I'm okay with that.
yeah.
I'm excited for, what I'm going to do musically. And, I've done a lot this year. And I think where we're about to go, and we can't tell you guys all, but there's certain things that we're working on that I think when that battery's in the back with what we're doing, I think we're out of here. No, right, Trivelle? Is that not true?
Yeah.
January 20th, man. Hopefully Donald Trump comes in, does what he has to do from a sanction perspective.
Well, we don't need to give them all that, but I'm just saying, when y'all start seeing like,
it'd be fantastic.
First of all, when y'all start seeing us everywhere,
There'll be signs.
There'll be signs. There's already. I like what God is doing. Like the pre-signs, because
That's how you know God's getting ready.
He's getting ready. Because,
He's
bro,
getting you ready.
when I was watching, when we watched basketball and football all Christmas Day, right? That Skip the Dishes commercials came on at least 20 times. Like literally, and I seen it like 6-7 times myself watching, like just going, hey, everyone, and I'm like, yo, that's the precursor.
It's laying the foundation for what's to come.
And y'all think all of that's that's just timing and God and certain things lining up.
Yeah.
Now, when we do that exact same thing on purpose,
do this shit on purpose. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, guys, but it was supposed to be that way.
Oh, and one more. I want to see Lewis Hamilton's debut with Ferrari. That's it. Okay, now I'm done.
Oh, is that next year? 25? I mean, that's 25?
2025, yeah. Okay, I'm done.
Shit.
What you got, X?
I didn't watch the Ferrari movie yet. I gotta go watch that. Sorry.
That's officially a year old. It came out last year on Christmas.
I know. I have it saved, and
Yeah, don't trust me. I
get caught up in shows, man. I keep telling you, I get caught up in shows.
Yeah.
Silo, Lioness, Landman, all these. I gotta go. I went on a binge of watching. I didn't finish. I watched like Die Hard first one yesterday, Die Hard 2 the second one. How about Die Hard 3rd today?
Yeah. Yeah, just me. You know what? This will be controversial. I'm interested to see where AI goes with
Iverson?
No, just the AI technology, because where it's been January 1st to where it's been now is staggering, and I'm really interested to see it's every iteration.
It's developing at a rapid pace.
Rapid pace, rapid race.
Rapid everything.
I'm interested to see how, because hip hop has bounced back with the downturn that they said it had, and by and large with the Kendrick. So I hope that those who wish to erase what he's done or kind of move forward from it do what they have to do this year. And I hope that the labels and whatever the powers that be will enable their music and things to be ingested that way, because I understand perception is everything, and sometimes the machines won't allow you to be great, so it kind of pegs you down. I'm interested to see where the whole major label versus independent label story goes in terms of these artists. Everyone's trying to revive the genres and kind of put things back in conversation. And a lot of people have been, I've seen and perceive a lot of people not really put their best foot forward in terms of their output. And I just want to see the output, and I want to see people really try to go for it this year. I mean, of course, if I ask people, are you not going for it? They'd be like, no, I am. But I want to see. There's certain things that people are phoning it in. People are really phoning it in, and I want to see them really put boots to ass and really just, try to push things forward. And I believe that we can, but as long as you do your best and do what you feel like you want to do creatively, then it doesn't matter about how it's received, because fans are fickle. Shout out, what's his name? Sabi, what's his name? That came up with the Vikings. Sabi, who came up with Pull Up With a Stick years ago. He came up with an album called Saheem, starting to do great now. They wrote him off. They said he was
People
he was
get
done.
written off all the time.
And he just kept putting boots to ass, kept making music. The music sounds good. Everybody who is trying to make music because they love it, I hope it gets received that way, versus people that are just trying to do it because they want to fucking...
I hope Jonathan Majors can make a real comeback for real. I'll be honest.
I mean, we'll see.
Magazine Dreams comes out, I think, in March. So.
Is it going to be in all theaters or select?
Just the nigger theaters.
Just stuff with
just somewhere where I could watch it. What the fuck is nigger theaters? What is that? No, what is that?
Listen, gentlemen, hope you guys have a happy new year.
No, what is that?
Happy Hanukkah.
Nigger
for
theaters?
Our friends. Happy Jubilee for our Jubilee niggas, man.
What is that? Huh?
I don't have answer. We gon' pansaro. Happy New Year's, niggers. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this time out to thank you for joining us on this ride whenever you've come in, whether that's episode 1, 2, 10, 45, 50, 60, 65, or episode 77, which we've just completed today. I want to take this time to thank you very much, because I understand it's not an easy task to stay being engaged with something that sometimes might promote a little bit of inconsistency, might not always be there. And, we're always figuring these things out, the way in which we are going to try to execute. And all we can do is learn, because everything is a learning experience. And if you're not learning, you're dying. So hopefully that you stay learning in everything that you're doing. We really appreciate your patience as we come into our own to figure this thing out in the best way to execute and bring you nothing but quality material that you can listen back to, share with your friends, and rewatch over and over again, take with you as you go to work, to where you go to play, to where you have fun. You might want to sit down for this as a labor of love, and it's something that has come from my brainchild, and I hope that it gets to a point where you can feel proud that you've joined us on this journey thus far. Everything in life is not without risk, and sometimes those risks equal absolutely nothing, and sometimes those risks end up paying you dividends and transcends everything that you've done and takes you to a place that you've never been to see the world and to experience things that you haven't before. So going into 2025, we are here in a new year, and I hope that you take everything that you've learned thus far in your life and you go forward and do the things that you love to do within the means that you have. And if you don't have the means, to go out and get the means and to procure the means, because you have one life to live, and you have to live it to the best of your ability. And I hope that you're able to do that in the best way that you can, because when you look back at your life, you want to be able to say, I did that, and I made my best efforts to chase my dreams and to do things that I haven't yet done yesterday. With that being said, I hope you enjoy your year and you do everything that you were born to do, and you live with no regrets. See you.
This concludes our broadcast.
You might want to sit down for this.